He was on his iCarly stuff.
Not even. All
Sound
right.
like Freddie.
All right, y'all.
My bad.
Now you good. Episode 20, the Chop It Up Music Podcast. What's going on? It's your boy Karma Keys. You got the one. You got Black Toad in here. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Hey,
Hey, what's good?
All right,
Good,
all right.
everybody.
Before we get on to the topics, what y'all been listening to lately?
I've been listening to the Expedition 33 soundtrack, and I don't want to spoil it, but like one of the songs has been in my ear for like days. Like I wake up with that song in my head,
Yeah.
and it's like that. And I've been listening to a lot of Amiri, because apparently she can't sing. And I did not know that until the Tiny Desk the Tiny Desk video happened, and it's really unfortunate. But the songs were still good. The mastered songs were good, and I've been listening to J Electronica. Uh, that's been for me this week.
How you pronounce the name?
Um, Amiri,
Amari.
I assume Amiri. I think it's Amiri.
I didn't know she sang that song. I could have swore it was like Beyonce or something. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
this one thing. Now you talking about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like that
I know
song.
that probably sounds a little bit disrespectful to Beyonce fans, but you know, like I thought it was her. You know what I'm saying? And then
That beat was amazing.
I mean, well, I hate. Look, being like living in New York back then. I living in New York and Brooklyn and shit. I used to hear that song a lot. So it's like every time when I hear like beats like that or anything that's like Ja Rule-ish or whatever, I, sh-
Childish.
bro, I turn that shit off, bro. Like, I fuck with early 2000. You know what I'm saying? But due to the fact like Usher, bro, Usher, fucking Fabulous, 50 Cent, like all them dudes, like R. Kelly, like you know all them dudes, whatever. Like them shits used to been playing on the radio 24/7 back in the East Coast, bro. And I used to get tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like
what you want? What did you want to hear?
I mean, I was too young. Like, I wasn't in my music zone yet. So, like, really nothing. It didn't really matter. I mean, well, except for, you know, Kelly. But, like, I, I just got tired of hearing them damn songs, bro. It's just like, that's why, like, whenever somebody tell me about, oh, they listen to Ja Rule or this and that, like, Cameron's cool. Like, I didn't mind Cameron. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, I didn't mind Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because they had different style of beats. But everybody else, they just had like that that violin type of sounds with with the drums and everything. Everybody trying to sound
Yeah.
like Timbaland and whatever. Like that shit was just mad annoying, bro.
Hey,
Like
bro, that was where the culture was at the time, man.
it,
Everybody just trying to make a name. Bro, Ja Rule had the radio on lock, especially like,
and yeah,
and I
and that's the
can't
thing. I
go.
can't hate on it because like those are the songs that's like they're still being played to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
like if you go into like a function or whatever the case is, everybody whenever somebody's doing like a reference for like early 2000 stuff, that's the songs that are playing. That's the songs that's making like millions of streams and this and that or whatever. I know I'm going on a tangent, but I can't hate on it. It's just that like I just grew up on the song so much that like now I'm just kind of over it. Like you know when you eat something a lot and then like after a while it's just like it just doesn't hit the same no more.
yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm just saying a whole bunch of bullshit, but like that's just how I'm saying. Bro.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah. But what about you, the one? What you been listening
And
to?
my boy said a function. You know, you said a function. That's I think of like like I'm on some like old school family member type stuff. When you say function, you kind of took me back,
Hmm.
bro. Nah, but anyway.
I don't.
Uh,
I was thinking of the Nokia song. That's why. The function.
yeah,
I still ain't never heard
yeah.
that
When
song.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I had to say, car to six. Uh,
Oh, you better than
that is what I've been listening to. I've been trying to understand it, but nah, not the entire not the entire album. I've been listening to that Maria song. I ain't gonna lie, straight, but it kind of got me. Uh, the city of angels and demons. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of got me
Oh
with on
man.
that song. Yeah,
Yeah.
that song is starting to kind of grow on me. I think I really like the beat. I don't know. I don't think it's the verses. I'm not really crazy,
You
but
better than me, bro. You better than me. You better
no,
than
no.
me.
I'm
Yep.
just talking about that song. I kind of played Rari out. 'Cause I think like the little kid's voice is kind of like I think it's kind of getting to me.
Yeah.
But so I don't I played that song out, Rari. But really, Maria's like the only one. And no, I am not listening to Cotton Candy. I
It's so cool.
refuse. I refuse. But I don't know. And it's like I've been listening back to Bells of Carter 6, and I'm like, man, I don't know why this song sound dated. I don't know why it sounds like it should have been released in like 2014.
Can
But
hold on. Can I ask you something? So that's not a song y'all play in the car?
go ahead.
What?
Bells?
Who-
What?
I don't know. I don't play Bells in the car. I play it in headphones when I do listen to it.
Nah, like
To me, the song is dated.
it sounds dated.
It's dated.
Yeah.
No, like no, to me, like it don't sound like a 2025 song. To me, the song sounds like uh if Wayne would have released the Carter 5 in 2014. Like to me, or if Wayne this that song could have been a Carter 5 song because of like the way the beat is.
Right.
But that's just my opinion. I just think it sounds dated. But the song is not bad. You know how a song don't sound bad, but it sounds like it probably would have bumped maybe some years ago. Like it probably would have been like I feel like years ago, Bells probably would have been a hit. Probably would have been
Yeah.
a top 30. I'll say
Okay.
a couple years ago. It would have been like uproar if it would have came out around that time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
th- but because of now, you know, it's not gonna. Apparently, the highest charting song on this album was hip hop.
I
Oh,
told you.
bro.
And
I told you that one was going to do numbers.
I was bracing for you to say peanuts to an elephant, bro.
no, it didn't do numbers like that. hold on,
Not no,
hold on,
not like
hold
big
on.
streaming numbers, but like I told you, like that one at least sounded like it could at least be like a single or something like that on, or something that could last on Billboard for like a couple weeks and then fall off.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and of course, the remix he did with Nicki that that charted, but we knew that was gonna chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, that's it from Carter 6, man. Wayne been quiet. Uh, he ain't been saying. Oh, I forgot he's on tour with Tyga and No Cap.
He's on
I'm like,
tour.
how did he get No Cap, bro? He did tour the first day he dropped the album.
Oh, you actually know? Yeah, yeah. I remember like seeing the little covers for it and everything.
That boy
This
trying to
is
get
the
paid.
introducing the Carter 6 tour. So, it's crazy. He's actually be in Houston in a couple months, but he
I won't
has
be there.
Tyga and No Cap.
You going to that
Okay,
show?
no, I won't be there. Like
I
Trevor
won't be
said.
there, bro. The weekend
No,
is
I'm
it's a couple months, like August.
September.
Oh, September.
September.
Dang,
He'll
I
be in
still
Houston.
won't be there.
That's crazy.
But I'm just shocked he got No Cap. Like if y'all know No Cap, he has like a whole different sound.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was just surprised, and then he had some other person besides Tiger, Belly Gang, Cushington. I don't know. You know Wayne,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
probably some rock people.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get on to these topics. Let me see. Oh, before I even start, the reason I asked because like I said, I am so tired of saying that damn phrase. Like I said, it's like a bad habit at this point. But the reason why I asked y'all is because like I'm still going through my playlist and the song, like I ain't gonna lie, I deleted like a whole bunch of songs because off that playlist, because funny enough, the one you might get a kick out of this, right? When out we was dropping some of my in-laws off by whatever location it was heading to, and I was playing my playlist, and the songs that I was playing, they were cool, like they was jamming to it. But then Lil Baby came on, right? And it was off the new album that he dropped, and one of the songs that I was playing was, I think it was called like Twin Sisters or something like that, or Twins. It was like Twins or some shit like that.
Yeah.
They looked at me and it was just like, hey DJ, can you like turn this off or whatever? And I was like, is the song bad? Granted, I knew like for something was telling me that like they were probably not gonna fuck with it, because like one, they're a little bit older than me, and the girl that asked me to turn it off, she's a year older than me, but I'm just like thinking, I'm like, maybe it's Lil Baby or whatever, like maybe she might rock with it because some people just listen to street rappers like that or whatever. She told me to turn that shit off, bro. Like not in an aggressive way, but just like she's like, yeah, can you just like change the song or whatever? And I was like thinking, I'm like, you know what? Another Lil Baby. Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. It is what it is. That song sounded kind of annoying. Then another Lil Baby song had came on off the same album, and I don't remember which one it was. But once again, like everybody, like she kind of looked at me. My wife looked at me, and it's just like, does nobody fuck with Baby no more? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just take off his album off the playlist then or something. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like I find it funny because like you're the one who was kind of not really messing with that album when it came out or whatever. So it's just like it's just kind of funny to kind of bring that up.
Like I told you, my turn was that was pure quality, you know?
Yeah,
And I think that sometimes artists need to be kind of like be in that situation where they're back against the wall, kind of like what Gunna did, like to the point where they feel like I have to put my all into another project because after my turn, he was like one of the people was calling him the next Wayne or whatever. Even
yeah,
though, like you said, like you disagree with it, I disagree with it, but
That's a crazy line.
sometimes it's like I don't know. I just feel like that because of that album that he dropped, which was a really dope album. I just think people still gonna hold him to the highest standard the same way. You know what? I'm gonna save it the Cardi B conversation because me and Trevin, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
but when you drop one solid project, sometimes people don't want to hold. People gonna continue to hold you to that standard. So I think that's what Lil Baby. I think it's that I call it a solid not a classic album curse, but I definitely call it like an album curse in a sense. Where you drop that one solid project and everybody's gonna compare your next project to that first earlier project you dropped. I think that's what he going through.
Yeah.
Mm.
And 21 Savage, that's kind of different because he's been quiet lately. But so I don't know what he's cooking up. But all I know is this, man. Y'all need to give Metro a break, man.
He needs to give himself a break. He needs to do what he did back in like 2018 and just like disappear for like a good year or so. Or
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
not Metro,
He a producer. He a producer. You ain't supposed to stop your momentum. That ain't how it
bro. It's
works.
Metro. It's just like
Eh,
I
Hey, when opportunities arrive, they arrive because you're gonna end up like Timberland if you don't keep it. If you don't keep it going.
Timberland did that shit to himself though.
That's what I'm saying though. Like ain't nobody getting Timberland beats. It's like now he's just doing online shit and just. I mean, he may still be rich because like he probably still rich from the Aaliyah beats and stuff. But like, I'm just saying like Metro. Even though like I'm pretty sure Metro is way more richer than Timberland's ever been solely because
Damn.
of the Spider-Man checks. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, yeah, he got like the Spider Man check and
Yeah,
shit. I
yeah,
think he
yeah, yeah,
sold.
yeah,
I think he sold some of his um some of his stuff for like 100 million or some shit like that. Like his
yeah.
some of his discography. So it's like I understand like taking a break, but at the same time, it's like when you're a producer, you don't want that. You really don't want that fire to stop because you take it from me, taking a year off of making beats or producing content, you gonna it's gonna be harder for you to come back to it.
Nah, nah. I
Yeah.
honest. Oh, go ahead, Dawn.
No, you go ahead, Shaq.
Nah, like, nah. I don't. I understand what you're saying. It's just like I remember, like back in 2018. Like I no, I think 26 from 2014 to 2017. It was nothing but just straight beats and like giving niggas like a whole bunch of songs and everything. Like he was on, I ain't gonna say generational run, but you could damn near say something like that. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like
was grinding. He was
he,
yeah, he was grinding.
yep, bro. He was working damn near from like Gucci Mane to Drake to Kanye,
Yup.
Future, everybody, and like at
Hmm.
least a good majority of those projects that had its production were doing like heavy numbers and everything. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
He
But
was a cheat code.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And like I have my own issues, that I felt some type of way about that only because like at one point I did feel like he was kind of overrated, but like hey, if the money's walking, like that
He
bullshit
got
goes
the
somewhere
formula.
else.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he got himself a formula. But like he's talented because like I can tell that like he when he's giving certain beats to certain people, he's kind of like working like below his talent level because like the beats he made for like the Spider Verse beats compared to like the stuff he gives to 21 Savage, you would think they're two completely different people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he def no. I will never discredit Metro only also because like I seen the nigga work. He did like videos and shit like that back then and whatever.
Yeah,
Um and like I mean even like his recent project like when he started like working more with like um orchestral like type of songs or instrumentals or whatever, it's like he's
yeah.
really trying to like change up his stuff and everything, so like I have to respect it also. Like no matter what, no matter how I feel about it, at the end of the day, a producer. Like I'm gonna give them respect no matter what. If they're just making like the same type of sounds, and it's just like okay, bro, like we're gonna have to put you in that corner over there. But like I'm always give Metro his respect. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what I say. Back then, I felt like he was like a little bit overhyped. Like even with Tay Keith, I thought it was like a little bit overhyped because like their beats are cool, but I didn't really see like the whole big thing. They was just making like some good radio type songs with her. Granted, Metro, I feel like Metro is better than Tay Keith, with all due respect. And like
Yeah.
Metro, like especially the way how Metro's beats were back then, like he definitely had like some adrenaline going on. I'm not really too much of his beats now because it sounds like he's just trying to do like some other shit, but nah, man. Like if if he wants to keep dropping or whatever, and take like minimal breaks or whatever, I'm cool with that too. I'm just saying that like I feel like he has enough clout where like he is able to like take a year long break if he wants to. But I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Like if he wants to
Yeah,
like he has the funds and the necessary like he doesn't he's not pressed for money like that.
Yeah,
I'll say this. Like I do agree with you, Trevor. The only thing I will say this, and I did have to think about it after you talked, Trevor. Um, the Future Metro album was, I think it was more so Future's part where I felt like Future kind of disappointed on, and because going back on that second album and listening to some of those beats like Overload, the song he had with the Weekend, and some of those beats he had on that second project they did, like some of those beats were actually dope.
Hmm.
I think it was more so Future's part in my opinion. Like so far, I feel like on that second album, Future didn't really kind of like step up where I thought he should. And it could have been old songs, I don't know, but it could have been rushed, I don't know. But I don't think it was like I don't think it was both of their parts. I think it was more so Future's part on those albums where I was kind of disappointed in, and I'll say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and start with the topics. First topic: Are music podcasts today offering constructive criticism or just hate? What y'all got to say about that?
Mhm.
It's ignorance. Really, it's some of it's constructive criticism, and those are the ones that like still like uh stick around to this day. Like, but a lot of them, it's like you can tell that they just have their favorites and what they stick to, because the bigger ones they don't push the more genuine like content from music. You know what I'm saying? They just talk about the ones that are like that are easy to talk about, that keeps them in the discussions and stuff,
Yeah.
and like because it gives them clicks, because nobody's speaking on the like certain releases from certain artists, and that's pretty annoying that I still have to go out of my way to find out that some of my favorite artists are dropping music, because the top what you call it, the top podcasts aren't talking about it like at all. Even when it releases, they don't talk about if they've heard it or not. They're just like, oh, what's going on with this fucking like this little baby project or whatever, like whoever the fuck is coming out. And it's like, bro, like I don't know like what a lot of these niggas want, but it just shapes the culture in a way to where people aren't really like prioritizing like making genuine music anymore, because it's not gonna advance their career as making some bullshit would.
Right.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
my take on it.
yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like I haven't really like checked in with other podcasts like that really be talking about stuff like that. Like yeah, they have like their we're going to talk about this artist, we're going to talk about this, but this artist just dropped a project. Why don't you speak on that or whatever? And it's just like,
Yeah,
nah, they ain't got it. They ain't got enough clout, or they ain't really popping like that. And it's just like, nigga, what? Not saying like that's not saying that like I know somebody who did that, but I feel like that's the case. And like for those who's watching, the reason why we kind of brought up this topic because earlier, well, I think like a day or two ago, um, Tyler, I'm guessing that he was interviewed or he mentioned something about like podcast should pretty much like kind of chill out on. Well, like I like what they said, like they need to start like gatekeeping or something like that.
yes,
Yeah, hold on. Let me just to make sure that like I'm remembering everything that he said. Uh
I'm for that. I actually love the idea of gatekeeping, because every other genre does that shit. So why the fuck can't rap do it?
yeah, he said Tyler he said that where are the people with skills? We need more electricians, we need more drummers, painters, teachers. Everybody with a mic is crazy. And not gonna lie, at first, like I felt kind of like not offended, but I feel just like damn, like was he like talking about like us? Because like I know sometimes I might make mistakes. So I know sometimes like we might have like our own like opinions on artists and this and that, whatever. But I at least try to make sure that like that whenever we do come in and we talk and do our stuff, whatever, that we at least have like at least have knowledge of like what we're talking about, and
Hmm.
also have like a good idea with an open mind of like what what these artists either be talking about, what they be going through, or whatever, so we don't really cause like any confusions or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
was yeah told me that like he was like kind of he wasn't really talking about us. Some people some people on Twitter they was like mentioning like the NFR podcast,
hmm,
and like maybe like I said, I'm not too familiar with like other podcasts like that, but I know there was like one like there was like talking about them. Um, I know academics doesn't do a podcast, so he doesn't do podcasts. So I guess he wasn't talking about them. But same time, he does have like his takes on like certain artists and whatever. Like I think when the Joey badass and the West Coast stuff was going on, like some of his fans, it was like telling academics, hey, like talk about this shit, like speak up on it. And not gonna lie, academics kind of did the smart thing on not speaking about it because he does this thing where like sometimes he does have biased takes or whatever,
Yeah.
but in this sense, like he doesn't really tap into like Absol and them like that or Joey and stuff. So like it's probably best that he just like left it alone, which is cool.
Yeah.
But
I
knowing
mean, he did for the most part until like he started speaking on Absol,
I
and now like all of California is not fucking with him.
to be fair though, like so was the one that mentioned him, but
Yeah, but he could do that.
yeah. I'm not saying he can't. It's just that like, hey, this dude mentioned me. I don't really know you like that. Me and TDE already got this kind of weird thing going on because I'm with Drake or whatever. So like, it's already like a weird scene. I'm not trying to defend him, but I'm like, you know, if I was in that position, like I would have to like defend myself. But that's either
Yeah.
here or there. But I don't know. That's all I have to really say about it. Um, for those who do podcasts and stuff like that or whatever, like yeah, it's okay to have an opinion, but same time, if you just going in just ignorantly and just like saying just whatever the fuck is on your mind and not thinking about the repercussions of what you said, then like, hey, bro, ain't nobody can help you but yourself at that point. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
what about you, the one?
Um, yeah, this is a great topic. I had to say this. Uh, Definitely, it's a lot of hate going around. I think about the NFR podcast. I had to say this. A lot of these people that talk about their podcast, I'm pretty sure they're not sitting. They're probably not watching the full episode. You know,
Yeah,
like they're probably just seeing the clips. The average person, because I'll say the average person is probably not watching their full podcast. Because I'll say this: everybody on this planet got short attention span now because of technology, in a certain sense, right?
yeah,
It may not be towards podcasts, but it could be towards something. And so what I realized what they do is they cut their clips for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and they cut these clips and people are watching the clips, but they're not watching the full podcast. And I think that's really important these days. That's why when I don't get in the uproar when I see Joe Budden say something that's off the rails because I'm probably not gonna watch the full Joe Budden podcast. I ain't watched the full Joe Budden podcast since Roy and Ma was on there. I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest.
I tried.
Um,
It's a lot of just
yeah.
back talk and everything. I tried.
So, and then some of the stuff, like a lot of stuff that Joe Budden says he end up clearing up later, or he end up apologizing, or he end up
Exactly.
saying, I didn't mean to say it like that, something like that. And I just think that yeah, some of the stuff that is a lot of hate. Like it's rare that you see podcasts that actually offer substance. Like for a sense, I know people like Anthony Fantano. That's how you say his name. I don't know how you say his name.
Yeah.
Watch. I don't really watch his content because I don't believe in doing music reviews the next day after album drops.
Yeah.
That's me. And what it is that some of these people are actually going to these people platforms, listening to their reviews versus listening to the album themselves, because people attention span is so short that they won't even take an hour and a half aside to listen to a full project, but they rather listen to a 7 minute review
Yeah.
on the album. And that's why I believe to a certain extent Anthony Fantano platform is real huge, because it's like, you know what? He's gonna give you a review under 20, sometimes under 10 minutes. And so And it just shows the attention span because even with the Carter 6 conversation, yes, the album was not that good, but a lot of these people that were on TikTok were saying, "Hey, I didn't even hear the album," and they were giving their opinions, and I was like, "So that's what we doing now?"
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're just hopping on a bandwagon of whoever, like whatever somebody got to say with a large platform. So yeah, I do. I feel like um Tyler the Creator, he was talking to the kids on the back of the bus that's always making loud noise and always disrupting everybody, and he was talking to those kids,
Yeah.
and and I just think that I just think now because of it's I don't more so I wouldn't blame him, but I would more so blame the people who do not take the time out to listen to content in general from start to finish. Like I salute the people who actually listen to our podcast from start to finish because it's so easy to watch a 5 minute clip of a podcast and then you just get so upset. You get so triggered. But if you listen to the full podcast, you'll be like, man. So I just think like for example, the Black Boy Max thing. Because he's a streamer, a lot of his content his team's gonna clip it.
Yeah.
But they may say something like off the wall, like he had a Carter 3 take. He was like, "Hey, I think he said like the Carter 3 wasn't that good or something like that." I can't believe we're still having this conversation, but okay. But he said that about the Carter 3, and people were in a little uproar in a little bit, but he spent the next 3 hours of his podcast just laughing and talking about other stuff, and he talked about the Carter 3 for like 3 minutes. So it just shows that that's why, like with me, I try not to have so many opinions on TikTok Shorts or YouTube Shorts if I know I'm not gonna have the discipline to watch the full content. And a lot of times I don't. I just don't have the time. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna really give too many opinions on short clips. That's why I think it's really important to not listen to content before you listen to an album. Like I that's just one of my rules. I don't listen to no reviews. I don't listen to no TikTok reviews. Before I listen to a project, I go in the album. I listen to my opinion, and then when I feel like it, I may listen to one or two people's opinion. I may listen to their opinion, but after I got my own opinion, I really would care less about somebody else's. So
Yeah.
I,
That's how
I,
I
I
am too with it.
yeah, like because but when you don't listen to something, you're kind of like you want to know why everybody thinking that way or what's going on. But then after you listen to it yourself, you don't really care about nobody else's opinion. So a lot of these kids, and not even just kids, I'm pretty sure they're not listening to the full content. Like even academics, I even say him. I'm gonna give him some grace because I used to listen to some of his content and his streaming stuff that he do now, I'm telling you, if you watch it from top to bottom, if you ever do that, he's not he's not like that on his full streams. He's not like that. There's usually a 5 to 7 minute clip of him saying something off the wall, and people take that, and now it's a clip that goes around. But he's laughing and joking with his chat. Yes, he says some crazy stuff, and then he may say an off the wall music tape. But I just think that's what it is, and that's how it was with Everyday Struggle. The same thing they did with Everyday Struggle, and I feel like Everyday Struggle, they gave real, they had, it was saying some real stuff to me,
Yeah.
even though there was some biasness going around, but they did try to take their clips and run with it.
Yeah.
So that's the
And
same way.
everybody on that platform when Joe Budden was there has elevated their career, thankfully. Even the Deska.
Even Wayno's
Even
doing this
Wayno.
thing,
Yep.
like yeah, Wayno's doing this thing. So I just think that yeah, it's just to a certain extent where I just blame people for not consuming content in its entirety. And I just think it's like this is that why even like the fact that when they get mad with Joe Budden say certain stuff, I'm like, Are y'all still doing that? Like Joe Button is gonna do it. He's gonna continue to say something that's off the wall. Like and the same way, but the only flack I give Joe Button is that sometimes, you know, he does it so often that he's so used to apologizing. And on this, and what I try to do, I try not to say nothing that I'm gonna have to go back and apologize 2 minutes after.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, like and I just and one last point I'm gonna make because I'm being long winded. I have to say, learn how to separate the art from the artist to a certain extent because there's a lot of people disrespecting the artists because they don't like the art that they drop. Like
yeah,
saying stuff, some of the stuff they were saying about Wayne was crazy. Like the YouTube videos, I'm talking about they're making documentaries just because documentaries talking about Wayne because he dropped the Carter Six, and I understand their frustration, but you should never be disrespecting an artist because they dropped a bad album. That's just my opinion.
yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Tyler for stepping on next with this shit, man.
Really though.
Because like the only thing I'm gonna just say, like gatekeeping. Yeah, I don't mind that people try to venture and like learn new things, especially when it comes to hip hop and shit. But then you just got others who like kind of take advantage of that stuff and just start trying to change narratives and whatever. And it's just like
Niggas just be talking like they know shit and they really don't.
that part, bro.
That's why I need gatekeeping to like be a thing. Like if niggas is talking down on someone, like just because like you know how many niggas be was talking down on Drake because of the fucking beef, and it's like they've never heard a Drake project, and you can
Exactly.
tell, and it's like okay, like it's like niggas be saying, "Oh, Drake don't got no classics." It's like, okay, just let's not lie. We know you never heard his fucking music. Don't fucking say that shit. Just say that you're a fan of. Just say who you're a fan of, and only speak on that nigga. That's it.
Well, I mean,
It gets
technically Kendrick kind of said that too.
no. Kendrick said it, but that's him being in the beef though.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
saying it just he. I'm saying he's wrong for like that was wrong what he said.
yeah.
But like
We
but people
know
like
we know.
bandwagoning that shit.
Yeah, we know Drake has some classics or whatever the case is. Like we at least to in our mindset, we know he does. You know what I'm saying? It's just that
Yeah.
people do try to like hit the bandwagon with that shit and whatever. It's just like, bro, like y'all ain't even got to do all of that, bro. Just
It's
say
like
you.
you can tell, yeah. Like just sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say just say you don't like the dude and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to do nothing extra. Simple as that.
You can tell niggas ain't never heard of Section 80. Like they ain't never heard Section 80 and Good Kid. They just want to just talk about the Pimp a Butterfly and then just keep it moving, or like the recent stuff. Same thing with Drake. Niggas nowadays they act like So Far Gone and what's the other one again? The fucking
Thank me later.
Thank Me Later. Like they act like them shit don't even exist. It's
You
like
know,
damn.
I know we're kind of getting a little off topic, but I want y'all to. I don't know if y'all knew, but before the beef even started happening, right? I'm not trying to make this about the beef, by the way. Before the beef started happening, y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but like a lot of Drake's fans was already kind of iffy with him because after when he dropped For All the Dogs, remember like people were shitting on that album. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully
Yeah.
so. But people were people were like kind of shitting on him, and they're just like like Drake, like what's going on? Like why are you not making this type of song, or like why are you trying to like rap with like the younger dudes or whatever? And it was so bad to the point that even like Joe Budden got on his ass for it, and we got the Scary Hours 3 little project and shit that came along with it, and that was cool, but it was like ever since views, yeah, like ever since views, like Drake's fan base has like kind of been like divided and shit, and it had nothing to do with like newer fans or anything. Like even his OG fans, it was always saying that like since views, like Drake hasn't been really been making the same type of music, or like been making like any good music or anything like that. Like he'll have like a couple songs or whatever, but it wasn't nothing that people was like really trying to like resonate with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it seemed like for some reason since the beef, like now his fans was like, hey, you can't talk shit about Drake. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a dirty Kendrick fan. We can talk shit about him, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? Your team Kendrick PG Lang, so like we know about him and y'all don't, and it's just like y'all don't either. Y'all flippy floppy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like I just kind of knows that ever since like during the beef was going on, because I could have swore everybody was on the hate Drake train, including his fans. You know?
Yeah, it was just it's just weird. It's just whole thing's just weird for him. I mean, it was weirder then than it is now.
Yeah,
Like now, niggas just a lot of niggas just don't fuck with him.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be in the whip, bumping 7 a.m. on a bridle path. Okay, like he did his thing on that song. Like, and see, this is the thing, bro. We not gonna act like, uh, and I know y'all know, but to whoever the critics is, like he wasn't doing his thing on Scary Hours 3. Like he got it. Like he still Scary Hours 3 was just to let y'all know. Look, I can still go there because
Yeah,
I was bumping some of them songs not so long ago. Hey, like look, I can still rap. I can still do my thing. Like how Wayne say, don't let this giant sleep. Well, even though that's not,
yeah.
he didn't say it, but when he dropped Scary Hours 3, that was still to let y'all know I can still go there. But at
So
the same
he should
time,
do it more consistently though. That's the
but
problem.
So
yeah,
so
but
hold on.
okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no. I was gonna say so with that now. Like I think there was I think there was like a time like during like the whole Good Kid, Mad City thing when that I think people wanted that album to get a Grammy, and but nobody really cared too much for Nothing Was the Same to get a Grammy. And Drake said something about like he can go conscious if he want to and be rapping like on the same stuff that like Kendrick could be talking about, but that's just not, he said that's just not him. Like he said
He
he
can't
never,
do that. That means he can't do that.
yeah. Also, he said himself that like he never wants to make a full rap album. He likes to make R&B songs. He likes to make pop songs or whatever. So with that, it's just like if you're never gonna get like a full rap album, then like don't expect like the rap listeners to like give you any type of respect, because at the end of the day, they're still gonna look at you as a pop star. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Drake, he always just does this confusing thing where it's just like he doesn't know what he want. Like he knows what he want, but at the same time, like he expects niggas to be understanding, and it's just like it doesn't work that way, you know. But I don't want to make this a whole Drake topic. Go on, go ahead.
Yeah, what were you saying, Dewan? My bad.
Yeah.
I, I did have this one last thing to say. I was just thinking the other day, right? When we think about these artists like Drake, Wayne, and Nicki, these artists who are known for, all their bars and their raps. And it's like now when they drop, it's like they don't want to really rap anymore. Or they just don't, they don't rap how they used to. And I was thinking about it. I just think that, and I had this crazy take. I think that that Drake, Wayne, Nicki, and other artists, I'm just using those three as an example. I think they still have it in them because I don't think they lost it. I just think, like how Shaq was saying, I just think they have more fun when they don't rap. Like I think when they generally be in the studio because it's probably something that's so simple to them. Even though as consumers, that's what I want. Like I want to hear Drake rap, I want to hear Wayne rap, Nicki rap. But I just think they rather just. I think they're focused on just having fun, and I just think that me, I'm still stuck on like when they used to rap. So, and I just think that they're in a place where they're more so focused on having fun. And I just think that's honestly what it is because a lot of these artists, I think it's like trying to be a good rapper or trying to like, I just think a lot of artists are coming out of that now. Like they just don't care. And there's still a percentage in me where I still care about lyrics. I still care about metaphors. But I think a lot of artists are prioritizing fun over just being like the best rapper. Because even I heard you, Trevor, you said this a while back. You probably forgot, but you was like, "Hey, bars don't get you Grammys."
Yeah, I
Like,
said that. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. So I just think that they're more so
But the,
prioritizing fun, even though we don't like it. I just think that they just care about more so having fun.
but
Like even go
to
ahead.
piggyback off of that though, to piggyback off of that, it's just like even though I did say bars don't win you Grammys, Drake and Nicki don't have that many Grammys. I don't think Nicki has a single one, and Kendrick, who is a lyrical rapper, even niggas like Nas and shit who are lyrical, they have Grammys, and Outkast, who is probably one of the most lyrical, they got album of the year. So it's like it's not that lyrics alone don't win you Grammys. It's like the whole package, and lyrics play a significant factor. So it's like I do feel like what you're saying is true, and I think that's why they're not as loved as they feel like they should. Is because as old as they are, and they still trying to just have fun. It's like there comes a time where it's like it starts to look weird. It's like you're employing like younger artists, and you're like, damn, they're finna hit 45. You feel me?
I,
But
I
it's
oh, go ahead.
it's like that's how it looks for like at least for me and like when it comes to like Drake and Nicki and maybe even Wayne, but Wayne is like different.
No,
He at least has Grammys.
I will say this. Pertaining to Nicki, because I remember I was watching a video about that, and I think the reason why they don't try as hard, like yeah, they still want to make like a top selling album, but I feel like when it comes to lyrics and stuff, they don't want to try as hard anymore, because at the
Hmm.
point when at the point of their careers where they were trying to do that, like they weren't getting the recognition for it, for like, because I think it was Elliot Wilson who said something about Nicki pertaining to like the reason why she probably won't get a Grammy or anything like that is because of, like her style of music, and this was like during like the Pink Friday projects and shit. Not Pink.
Hmm.
It's not. Is it Pink Friday or the Pink? Whatever it came out in 2010, 2010 or 2011, whatever project that was,
Right.
and you remember how Nicki's style was. She was like, not gonna lie, like no disrespect to Nicki, but she was a little bit more likable back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was fun. You know, she had like the pink weave and shit. Like all the girls wanted to be like her, or at least gave her respect. That's how she built up her fan base and everything. Like like I ain't gonna lie, I used to rock with that Nicki project a little heavy too when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So like she was a little bit more likable back then. You know, people weren't really bashing her like how they are now in today's times, but I think that whatever Elliot Wilson had said about her had got to her, and that's why she had to end up like switching up her style a little bit more, and that's why her music, like every, you know, a couple songs still sound fun-ish in a while every now and then, but you could tell that like she headed towards like a different route. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with Drake. It's like Drake could have probably pulled a Never Take Care, even though he said like, well, well, wrong example. Drake could have did like another Nothing Was the Same. You know what I'm saying? Because like technically, to most people's standards, that's kind of like his best album, or at least top three best albums. You know, which you know
Hmm.
I have to agree. But he said, I think because of like, I think it was because since everybody was like rooting for Good Kid, Mad City and Kendrick, he felt some type of way about that, and that's the reason why he ended up like not making another project like Nothing Was the Same, because like it's like if I'm trying my hardest to, you know, be lyrical and do all this other stuff while still having a good balance of making fun songs and shit like that, and I'm not getting the recognition for it, what's the fucking point? And that's why, you know,
Yeah.
he ended up going towards that route. Like he did his thing way if you're reading this, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like he still had to like he still had it in him to make a top tier project. But I guess after that we see what happened. He went the pop route with views and whatever, and that's where the hate just started like coming in. I don't know when Nicki started getting her hate, because I think people fuck with the Pink Print or whatever project she had in 2014. I think people,
Dope album. Dope album.
that's what it was, the Pink Print, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Dope. Yep.
Yeah. people. I mean, people was rocking with that album. She kind of went quiet for like a little while, or like I think she was just doing singles and shit. But after that, like I think her next project after that was Queen, and it was kind of mixed because like she wasn't really rapping the same like how she was in the other previous project. Like she had good songs like Chun Li and everything, but you could definitely tell that like some of the more like rap listeners or whatever wasn't really mess with that project too much. And even the one she had recently, the Pink, I think it's called Pink Friday 2 or one of the two. I don't remember, but people wasn't really rocking with that project either. Like I think some people was rocking with it, some people weren't, but you know, Nicki was still getting this kind of hate. So I feel like that's the reason why they don't try as hard when it comes to like making like a top lyrical project, because it's like they feel like they're just, hey, if you're not gonna recognize it, then what's the point of me keep trying to go at it? Which is a shitty excuse, but you know, look where we are right now.
They're
But
letting the opinions of niggas online define how they are and how they carry themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
like I'll say this, like even though I give my opinions on Carter Six, if Wayne was to ever respond to me, I'll look at him crazy. like like
Yeah.
I'm just somebody. I'm just a regular dude on the internet giving my opinion about music. Like,
What?
and I just think
Oh
to
my
us,
god. Sorry.
I just think that like, and that's what I will say. That's what I do like about Wayne. Regardless, I like that he don't respond to certain stuff because I believe when artists don't respond to certain things, it just gives them an aura because it's like it just shows that even though Wayne probably have seen the criticism on his album, the fact that he did not publicly address it, I feel like if he did, it would have been a bad look. You know, it would have been a bad look if he would have got on live and said, "Man, I heard what y'all said about Carter Six, man." Like it would have been a bad look. And I just think that when you're, I expect legends to carry themselves like legends, and I just think that's for me. And that's what I will say I do like about Wayne is that he don't respond to all the music criticism he gets. Like he
Yeah.
just continues to drop, and in another year or two he may drop. I'm still hoping I'm gonna get that dedication 7,
mm,
but he'll just drop another project, and then it's like he don't respond to it, so the criticism don't it dies out quicker. Like I don't think people talking about Carter Six as much, but if he would have responded to it, people still would have been making response off the response he made. And that's what
Yeah.
I do. That's what I do like. I feel like that's something that Drake and Nicki should do take in consideration. Because when Drake be responding sometimes I'd be like, bro, regardless if people didn't like your album or not, when you respond to these people, it makes you look like you care
Yeah.
in a sense. And I just feel like artists at their status, like Drake, Wayne, and Nicki, I feel like that's something that they should take from Wayne. Is just don't even respond to it. Like Wayne dropped Rebirth and kept dropping music after that. You know, he never responded. You know, like oh y'all don't like my albums, y'all don't like my music. No, he just gonna do what he want, and whoever rock with him will rock with him. And I just feel like a lot of those artists should do that. But artists these days, they don't want to do that. They want to respond to everybody that got something to say about them.
yeah.
Yep. Craving validation.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the
Mm,
next topic. That's all. That's all y'all got to say about that one.
yup.
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. Next one is Cardi B adding old songs to her upcoming album. I was going to say with this topic that like I feel like we should have just talked about the fact that she's actually dropping an album now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have my I ain't gonna say I have my reasons, but it's just kind of funny that like she's considered dropping it now with her. You know, we're not a drama podcast, so we don't talk about stuff that people got going on in their daily lives, whatever. But it is music, and it's just kind of funny that like now that her and Offset are kind of going through this thing. For those who've been living on the rock, her Cardi and Offset, they've been They was married. I think they're going through a divorce right now. They have kids together and everything. And Offset recently just dropped a new song. It's called Bodies. Dope ass fire ass song, by the way. Crazy ass sample on there too. And I believe she dropped either a single. I don't know when Outside came out. I don't remember. I don't listen to Cardi B like that. At least not anymore. But it seemed like funny. Like after the song was dropped or whatever, she announces her new album. She even had like the video promotion for it. I don't think it was that long or anything, but like she's getting ready to gear up to drop the album. I believe in September or so, and it's just funny now that like now all of a sudden you want to drop this album when people have been asking about it for like the last 7 years, and you gotta waited until you're going through like your divorce stuff. But
it's not really that's kind of unrelated to it though. It's just she's still a musician, or like she doesn't have to wait for the grass to be greener in her life for her to just drop music. That's not really how it works.
Trevin, come on, bro.
What you mean?
Like I can't defend this statement, bro. She
What you mean?
She could have dropped some, not singles, but like what was the wait for what was the whole wait for 7 years to drop another project? Like I don't.
I mean, we'll find out. I mean, Kendrick had us waiting for 5. What? Why does that matter?
Yeah, and I got on his ass too. You know what I'm saying, bro? Bro, I had to end up putting J. Cole over that nigga for a while.
But the thing is, like, Kendrick didn't he didn't even release a single. Like, at least Cardi was releasing singles.
No,
it's not like she wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her that, but it's just like, okay. So my thing is, I kind of hate it when I don't know, man. I just feel like if you're a rapper, an artist, or whatever, at least 2 to 3 years at max. You know what I'm saying? Because like, bro, me and you, we had talked about this shit. Like, yeah, I used to get on Kendrick's case about that too. I'm like, yeah, I did used to say like, yeah, that nigga's probably just chilling, taking care of his family. He had a kid, whatever. But at the same time, it's just like, man, like it would have been nice to drop like a project. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know people are going to say like, well, he hasn't dropped a project since Damn or whatever. But like, hey, he was on the Black Panther project, so that was something. And like, yeah, after that, for 5 years, we didn't hear nothing else from him other than like features with Baby Keem and shit like that. So I was critical on him too, just like with Cole. Cole, like, I think Cole took about like I think Cole takes about like 2 years, at max to drop something or whatever. But like, and the same thing, like when Roddy Ricch, like I felt like when it came to Roddy Ricch, I feel like people was like kind of overhyping the album his first album, the black and white one. It wasn't a bad album, but like people were like trying to make him like the next biggest dog, top dog, or whatever the case is. And I was just like, let's not do that, because like yeah, his single was blowing up. He had a couple of good songs off of there, but like for like the next 2-3 years, we didn't hear nothing from bro. He was just chilling, and it's just like what's going on? And then like out of nowhere, like he drops like the next album, ain't nobody really fucking with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So with Cardi, it's like people saying, oh she dropped a good album. Invasion of Privacy was a good album. She dropped this single. That's cool and all. And like, yeah, you did sacrifice your your celebrity time to be a mom and everything, which I can't disrespect. Like I can't say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dad, so like I understand you gotta do what you gotta do. But I don't know. Like people try to put,
but you still gotta clock in for work.
Exactly, bro. That's my only thing. Like, yes, she is dropping singles. Like, bro, at least like drop
singles that chart better than albums.
Man, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just hating or something. I don't know. Maybe I felt like if she had at least dropped like an album like at least 2 or 3 years later, I like, not saying that I don't respect her, but I would at least like, hey, at least she's showing that like she could be a better Nikki or whatever the case is. Just some type of fun comparison. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that she needs to be compared to Nikki or whatever, but like I want more. I want more music out of these artists. You know what I'm saying? Prove me wrong because y'all know I've
she's
been.
giving plenty of music.
I
It's
feel
not
like
like it's not like it's not like. I mean, that's a different thing. It's like it has nothing to do with her like life though. Like her life events, like her and Offset like breaking up, ain't got nothing to do with her dropping music. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
but
like
here's the thing.
it's
But this is the reason why I'm saying that though. Like I feel like I don't feel like I feel like she wanted to drop music. I feel like her team or her label has something to do with her not dropping anything. And like because I'm pretty sure Cardi B she at least like a couple like 50 or more songs like in the bank somewhere.
mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? But like for some reason I feel like they was just like, they was just like kind of testing the waters to see how things were moving, whatever the case is. And like yeah, her singles were charting, her singles are doing numbers and everything. But like as for like a project, it's like, man, hold on now. Just kind of wait a little bit. Let's just see how things are. And now you decide to drop an album.
I mean, that's speculation though.
No,
You don't
yeah,
know if that's
I mean
actually
that's
what it
all I
is.
can do. That's all I can do is go based off of speculations, go based off of theories. But it's just funny that like coincidentally y'all going through something and like now's the time for you to drop a project. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just kind of looking at it from like from a like
It's
a
a hundred
theorist.
percent unrelated. It's 100. Her going through whatever she's been going through. What she going through with Offset for like years, bro. Like it's unrelated
Nah,
to her
man.
dropping music.
I can't agree with that.
I don't understand how that can't be. Why that has to be related? Because she's always gonna be going through stuff with Offset, no matter what. So it's like
Okay, so
they're
that should even be better. That
divorced.
should even be better. Talk about how toxic y'all relationship
She
put
did on
out
the
in
first
music.
album.
Okay,
She
but
did on the first album.
okay, that was the first album. Look how many years ago that was. All right, now
Why
y'all
does that matter?
because
We
she's
don't
an
know what
artist, bro. She
we don't
needs
know
to
what she's
drop.
talking about on this album.
Oh
When that
my
comes out, she might talk about something different, but like that has nothing to do with like her release schedule has nothing to do with her and Offset going through it. That date most likely was chosen like way long ago. She didn't just wake up and just say, "Hey, I'm dropping on September whenever the fuck." That's not how that works. It has nothing to do with Offset. Same reason why the beef going the way that it did and and Kendrick getting the Super Bowl didn't just say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna wake up and just drop this just because I feel like it, just because I'm on a victory lap." No, he made those songs, and then he just felt like it was comfortable to drop it at that time.
yeah.
But he's like a whole A&R damn near. Like he could just do whatever he wants to. But Cardi, she's not just sitting here just being a drama person. Like she still got endorsements and shit and like investors to like satisfy, and she's satisfied like with the singles.
Right.
So it's like with that way that she's living her life, it's like it works. But whatever reason she hasn't dropped the album for like years or some shit, like it has nothing to do with her and Offset's like relationship. Like she's not gonna just be like, damn, I'm gonna wait till me and Offset get better, or at least I'm gonna be in a better place to drop some music. Like no.
Well, to be all right. So to be fair, I didn't meant to mean it like I didn't meant to say it like that's the only reason why why she's dropping her project now. I just saying it's just kind of funny to like with all that stuff is going on. I feel like somebody like in like behind the scenes like probably this is probably the best time because like now she got a story, she has something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? There's like some drama going behind it. So it's like, hey, why don't we decide to drop the album around this time? That's what I'm saying. I feel like there was a slight.
And that's not how it works.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm 100% sure that's not how it works.
So
About
you don't feel
schedule.
you don't feel like artists like they don't wait until like like certain stuff could be going on or like having like some type of rollout. So like they'll just do whatever to just like that at that point, that's when they start
There
to
are a lot
realize.
of variables that go into that go into deciding an album release. Unless someone is in the position of like a higher up to where like they can make those decisions themselves or they're
Mhm.
independent, they people look at like the release of other artists and decide when is going to be the best time to drop. Cardi, she's one of those artists that like she only has like a handful of people that she would have to wait to drop around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why like people like Kendrick they shadow drop because he doesn't have that like people that's like an even better thing. If she shadow dropped, like people whoever was gonna drop on that weekend, like their shit's done. That's
Yeah.
what happened
They're
with
over.
Kendrick. Yeah, but like at least like when she said that release, like because what is significant about September? You feel me? Like we don't know if anything else is gonna happen. Knock on wood. But it's like whoever else is planning to drop in September, they can't fucking do it now because Cardi's really fucking hype. Is still a hype person. It has nothing to do with Offset. As a whole team that decides the release date of an album. That's just how it's been. What other time has that happened where it's like there's been like drama and then all of a sudden they wait till the drama's like at the climax for them to drop to announce an album and it worked. I
I
can't remember
mean,
that happening
Mm.
I
because
mean,
444 drop was a shadow drop, so that doesn't count. And then Lemonade. I think that I don't know if that was a shadow drop, but we didn't know that what she was going to talk about on that album
Lemonade's a
because
shadow drop. Lemonade,
nobody knew something was going on with him and with her and Jay.
yeah, until after we found out.
That's what I'm saying. So like, there's that the reason for that coming out when it didn't have anything to do with her and Jay because we didn't know. So it's like the someone's love life has nothing to do with the release schedule of their work. That's just a team thing.
But that's what I say. I say it was her. I say it was the team and the label who kind of came up with all of that.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm just saying, like bringing up like the off, like her and Offset, it's like it's irrelevant because it has nothing to do with it. That's what I
That
was
bro,
saying.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that was the whole reason. I'm saying like I just say it was just kind of funny that like it was just kind of coincidental like that. I'm not saying that's the actual reason. It's just like, hey, we got this stuff going on, whatever. I'm just going. I was just saying like if I was like some type of theorist or some type of person to like kind of plan things. Like if I was like on the opposite, if I was on the opposite team of like Cardi B, like if I was like on Offset's team and like starting to like wonder like when she's gonna drop her project or whatever, and then it's just like now her and Offset kind of going through this thing. I'm just like, oh okay, so they wait until this drama stuff is going on to like have a release
Yeah,
date. That's why I'm looking. I'm looking from that
yeah.
perspective.
Offset can think that. Offset can think that,
Yeah.
or in his team because like that's kind of like how couples are. It's like they make everything about themselves, but it's like I'm pretty sure that's not it. I'm pretty sure Offset knows that that's probably not it.
Yeah.
But if he wants to think that, he can.
Like I said, bro, we like we're just going based off of speculation. So I'm just saying, I just said like that it's a theory at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like some game theory type shit. You know.
I guess
We
I'm looking forward to this album.
I'm gonna listen to it.
uh,
Oh, go ahead, Dewan.
uh, yeah, yeah. I'll give my opinion. Honestly, I kind of feel like her dropping this album. I feel like this is her decision. I had this feeling. I don't think this had nothing to do with the label. I really, I really think Cardi's ready to drop her album, and I do see like a lot of people are waiting on her downfall for whatever the reason is. Like a lot of people are already cursing this album. It ain't even dropped yet. Like it's crazy, and I just think that yes, the stakes are high because of Invasion of Privacy was a phenomenal album, so the stakes are high. But I just feel like a lot of people are already like kind of already just waiting on her to fail. And because she's been 7 years without an album and still having a great career. When she dropped the album, she won a Grammy, all these things, and mainly because I just believe that people think that she just don't deserve it. But I feel like there has been a lot of people in these last 7 years are waiting on her to fall off or waiting on her to just become irrelevant or stuff like that. But even the people who are talking bad about Cardi's B Cardi B upcoming album, they want the album to drop too. We look, I'm interested in the album. Trevor, you are, Shaq, you are. We all interested into this Cardi B album. I just think that I have to kind of like control myself because I'm like, man, I'm just kind of like, even I've been dissecting this album cover. Okay, like where's she gonna go? But I have to like be like, okay, the one chill, like it ain't dropped yet. But because it's so much to unpack, and this she can take so many different directions with this project. Um, I'm excited, and I just feel like this album is her. I feel like the label. I don't feel like this is a label thing. I feel like this is Cardi B. Hey, she wants to drop her album around this time. Honestly, at first I was kind of like, well, she should have waited. But then
It's
I'm like,
100% a label thing, dog.
but I don't know. I just think it's her. But I will say this. Uh, like Trevin said, I did agree with you on Trevin on this part. Is that it ain't really nothing going on in September that we know about. You know, I don't know if any major album releases happening in September. So I still think that like it's a why not? Like why not drop? I just think that the expectations. I know for myself, my expectations are really high because Invasion of Privacy was a really dope album. My expectations were high. The song Outside, it has to kind of grow on me a bit,
Yeah, I
but
heard it is.
yeah, but all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna end it with this. My expectations are really high for this album, and I expect a lot. I expect a lot.
So you don't think it's a label thing, like, because they put billboards up like the day it was announced.
Okay, well, let me say this. What I'm saying like this. Yes, the label is definitely involved. What I'm saying is, I don't think she's pressured. I'm gonna say
No,
this.
fuck no.
And yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that. Oh, okay, like the label has no involvement. Like, of course, you know, if Atlantic's smart, like how Wayne said, if they're smart, they'll put Carter 6 on GTA 6. No, if they're smart, they're gonna definitely put every resource that they have. All their other artists, they tell them, hold on, wait. After Cardi dropped in, we'll pay attention to you. No, if they're smart, they're gonna put every penny behind this project. But
Yeah,
what I'm saying is this: I just don't feel like this is a pressured move. You know how some artists, because they ain't dropped in so long, they feel pressured.
yeah,
I
yeah.
yeah
It's
I
definitely not that
yeah
because her
it
singles are
It's not
carrying.
that. It's not that.
yeah 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 it's definitely like she went to the label like, hey, I want to drop, and they're like, okay, whatever you need. So
Yeah,
I look, all my only thing is this: I expect a lot. I'm just so shocked at the amount of people who's cursing this album and it ain't dropped yet. I'm just
it's
like,
just yeah.
it's
Them niggas are
crazy.
haters. They're haters.
No, no, seriously, it's crazy. But I mean, it's like, but then again, people talk about Nicki and the hate that she received, but it just shows that no artist is above hate because people are already saying that it's not gonna drop. But this is the question I wanted to get back to. I mean, how did y'all really feel about like, her putting WAP and the other songs on the album? 'Cause I thought it
That's
was
not that's
just.
not that's not alien to me, bro. That's happened a lot
I
to
don't.
other
I'm gonna
artists.
just say this. I didn't like it. I just felt like we passed that era,
It's just two
and
songs though, isn't it?
It's three.
Three songs.
it's.
Wait, I think is it
I,
three?
I
WAP
um
outside and
I
was
mean,
it?
outside's just the lead. Outside would just be the lead single because that just came out, right?
Yeah, I could have swore there was another song.
I I'm gonna just say this. Uh, I don't think it's like I don't have like a big uproar. I'm not upset about it like some people are, but I feel like because WAP was like its own thing, it was in its own era. and that was like a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
And
Up,
I
yeah,
just
up.
think,
There we
up was
go.
the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm just like, just kind of like, why? Because those songs are, I think, are all over 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Like they're over
Nah,
4 years.
Yeah, WAP came
I,
out in
nah.
2020.
WAP is old,
Yeah.
but Up, I didn't Up. Oh, Up came out in 2021. Okay. Yeah, so two of these are
that when like
are 4 years old at least.
put in, especially. I just think that because those songs, like the song like WAP, didn't them songs go like 2 times diamond or something like that? Like
Hell
whatever.
yeah.
I know that's. I was like, man, you putting that on the album, and then they say that the album is already like eligible for something, but I'm like, man,
So
level.
okay.
Hmm. Go ahead.
I have to use my theories again. Like we're just doing speculation stuff, okay? At least let me
I
do
want to
this part.
hear.
Let me do this part. I feel like the
All right, go ahead.
reason I feel like the reason why they put these songs up there because WAP did a lot, right? WAP did like let me see. WAP did
Bro,
like
WAP was like number one fucking everywhere, dog.
yeah, it
Won awards. Like that's
pretty
I don't
much
even know if
it's past platinum status, right?
it's 4 times platinum.
4 times platinum.
It's four
And
times. Wait, hold on. Let me look in the United States. It's 8 times platinum, and it's 8 times platinum in the United States, 2 times diamond in Brazil.
okay. So I feel like the reason why they put these songs up here, especially the ones that like yeah, WAP and Up, I'm gonna assume that Up did phenomenally well as well.
I ain't do WAP numbers, but yeah, it did good.
Yeah, it did good.
It did great.
I feel like the label put those songs up there to like show that like, hey, just in case anybody's trying to say anything, this album did win platinum, and due to streaming logic and stuff like that, if a song already did platinum or like gone had like high numbers or whatever, if you put it on that album, they kind of consider putting that out like making that album like a platinum
Nah,
song.
they're gonna re-release it. They're gonna re-release those songs, so those numbers won't count.
You sure?
Yeah, that's what happened with every other album that has singles. Like the singles version, they have their own
It,
numbers,
but
but
the
the album
streaming,
version,
but the streaming equivalents, it will. If people are streaming those songs, that
it yeah,
still does count towards
no,
streaming units, though.
yeah, it would have to, but they would have to stream the version that's on the album, not the singles version, for it to count for the album.
Okay, but see, that's the thing is people are going to do that.
Oh, that's a different
Because people
conversation
just
entirely.
yeah
Yeah, but
yeah people are gonna.
now
Hmm.
I was gonna say
Go ahead.
that's what I'm saying because like it's either gonna be two things. It's like because I don't know how Spotify and all the rest of them work. It's like either because you can still have the single, like you can still have the singles numbers up there no matter what, like regardless if it's old or not. And if you put it on the album, like it's still gonna count those numbers because for example, like me, like I had this might be different for me because I don't know how it works. I'm just gonna assume based off like if it works the same. I had a single that a single song that I had from like many years ago that had like I want to say like around like 200 or 300 plays or whatever the case is. I ain't no big artist, so like leave me alone with my numbers, please. But when I had re-released it and put it on a compilation project, it's still kind of those same numbers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
That's a
do
compilation.
no, but even as an album, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, even when I did the album, like for the slow and reverb projects, right? And it doesn't matter if it's a compilation album or not. They still put it under an album. When when I did some of the slow and reverb songs, I did one back in 2021, and it had like I think like around like 500 plays or whatever the case is. I put that same song and I put it on the slow and reverb project, which is under album status. It still had those same numbers on there. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
if the streaming metrics work like that, WAP and Up and I guess outside or whatever, if they're still using those same streaming numbers that they had for the when they're under singles, I feel like it might transfer over even when it's under an album. If it still works like that.
They won't because Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, that song is diamond, but the album is 2 times platinum.
Uh, okay, okay.
I just looked it up like
Okay.
as you
Can
were
I say
talking.
this?
What's up?
3 times platinum.
Okay, like
My bad.
okay. Let me say this, cause I know we're trying to like break it down and be really specific, but I just was trying to get to like the core,
No,
the
yeah,
general
my fault.
thing.
My fault.
It's
I keep
no,
switching topics. My fault.
no, you good, you good. I understand, like cause we can argue metrics all day because I feel like a lot of these metrics are just it's a scam anyway.
Yeah,
Like
they are.
it's a scam, like. But I was just saying is this. I mean, to put still, regardless if it's gonna affect the album sales a lot or if it doesn't, to me to still put songs at pushing 5 years old, to me it just doesn't. Especially these songs already had that era, they had their time. They're still, people still play these songs. To me, it's like, what's the purpose? Like, it's these songs are years old. Like, this is not a song that came out last year or the year before last. Like, WAP came out in 2020. Up probably came out in 2021. Those songs, they should not be on the album, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah,
It depends on if she decided to put them on there.
that's what I'm saying. It
Already,
might be the label too.
It may be the label.
I
Because
don't,
there's
I
like
don't know.
how many fucking songs are on the album? Like, are there like
We
tracklist
don't.
numbers?
I don't think
It's
they
supposed to be 23
23.
23 without the singles or with the singles?
songs.
Huh?
I think with those songs, the total
With them,
23.
so there's 20 unique songs.
Yeah.
So like
I don't know,
even
man.
like in my opinion, like even if those are on there, even with them being on there, I still think 20 songs is like whatever. Like that's fine because it's like those last three, as long as they're on the fucking tail end of the fucking album, as if they're like treated like bonus tracks, then it's like that's just them just having fun with that shit. I'm just trying to boost the numbers, which is what labels do. You know, it's great that Mega's on the album. They'll just
Wait, what you mean? Talking
Mega's
about?
on what?
Oh, we'll see what she do with these features. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna get too excited till I see a track list. Like, and I'm
Yeah, that's
definitely
fucking Billie Eilish.
nah. I don't think her track list is gonna. Hopefully, hey, look, I'm going with whatever Complex put out. I'm going with them because they were pretty much almost accurate. It was like halfway accurate with the Carter 6 track list, except for that Billie Eilish feature. But they
Don't
were
forget
right.
Miley Cyrus too.
Yeah,
Miley Cyrus.
I think did Miley Cyrus respond? Like,
I don't. Nah, she don't ever respond, but I do. I do think that like there maybe have been talks about it, but because maybe since they saw like the online reception of it, regardless if it could have been a fake track list or not, they probably saw the reception and it's like, yeah, let's not go this route. Let's just pick these other guys, which they still not. I ain't gonna say failed, but they still didn't hit the mark right away. So yeah,
'cause Miley Cyrus she would have probably taxed Wayne. She like I don't know why I feel like she would have taxed Wayne definitely. Miley Cyrus, yeah, she would have taxed.
but also did y'all listen to the Offset song? By the way,
Yeah, the one with JID.
yeah.
Yeah,
What y'all feel like? Well, what about you, the one?
I ain't know. I'm not really crazy about.
I tell you, you gotta stop letting the ball outside
Go
the
ahead.
bro.
No, not Offset. I'm not really crazy about Jet like that, but I'll give it a listen.
Nah. I mean, both of them had
But
like a fire verse, especially for Jid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
okay,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna give it a listen.
y-
Cheryl,
mm,
what do you think?
Jay, he be having the same type of rhymes. I mean, it worked,
Uh
but
oh. Uh-oh.
He be doing that. He be doing that. Peter Pepper peck the pick of peppers, and I pull around when he like it. Like that type of shit.
Wait, don't
He
do
was just
that.
like,
Don't.
but he be doing that. And then like one thing that was like brought to my attention by my wife is that like a lot of the beats he rap on is like it's predictable the type of flow he's gonna use when he's on those beats,
Ooh.
and it's not a bad thing because like he still be doing like he still be performing like at the top of his ability, but it's just like in my opinion, it's just like you know what he finna do like before he take a breath on the track, and then he does it, and it's like okay, well at least he didn't disappoint. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, he got the Big Sean shit going on right now.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. I I agree. I had that. I kind of had that feeling about it too because, like I said, I keep doing that again. When I when I had listened to his album, the one that came out like 2022, 2023, he had different flows, but the ones that like sounded like they could have been singles or whatever, he was doing that not tripping flow, but like that how you say it, the Peter Piper pick the rhythm flow, whatever you want to call it. I noticed it, but I was just like, you know what, like he could still he could still change it back up. He could still just do whatever, and and it'll be fine or whatever. But I know, yeah, he did it again on this song or whatever. And like I still say the verse was still fire in my opinion. I still fuck with it, but it's just like, ugh. If you happen to drop another album soon, which I think he is planning on dropping another one soon,
Yeah.
and he goes through that same issue again, it's just like, yeah, we're going to have that conversation, buddy. It's going to be episode the fuck. Oh, excuse me. Damn Amazon. It's going to be episode 30 something and talking about, well, Jid did it again. Jid did it again.
Did it again. Did it again.
But
Well, it's good to see Offset collaborate with different. I don't know if him and Jay collaborated before, but it's good to see Offset expand his horizon. Then because I'm so used to Offset, Young Thug, Travis Scott, Gunna, so
yeah.
it's good to see him work with different kinds of artists.
Well,
Nah,
oh, go
the
ahead.
thing about Jid is that he had a fucking song with Rhapsody, right? I don't know if y'all ever heard it,
Mm.
but I'll never forget the fact that he literally told on himself and said that he go to X videos and look up Ebony Amateur. He just said that in his fucking verse, and we were just like, all right, bro.
I mean, I respect it.
He rapped that shit with Atlanta, bro. He rapped Ebony Amateur. With
Oh,
Atlanta.
I didn't. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Wait, what song was that?
Bro, it's I don't want to get it wrong.
The Eve,
It's off the Eve album,
Rap
yeah.
City Eve album. Yeah,
It's
because
I think
he
it's called
recorded
Imani.
that.
Not Imani.
Oh, I'm about to look it up.
It's like
He recorded that song in a
Rhapsody.
hotel room.
Yeah, it's like at Rhapsody, him and Sir, and
It's
the fact.
Oh, Iman Iman?
Yeah, Iman.
Iman. Okay.
It's the fact that like it was the sample that said Ebony, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that verse for that alone.
I gotta check this out. Well, after when the podcast is over, but that's funny. I like that.
Rap City. How to spell her name? Rap City.
Is this RAP?
And then SODY.
She is
my
like
dumbass about to
the.
put RH.
Oh, look at you being a fucking.
How old is Rap City?
Probably in their 30s now,
Shit.
or maybe 40s.
Definitely,
30.
nah, definitely in the. She 42.
Hmm.
Ebony, woman.
Hold on, my
That man said.
Beautiful
Shakir, go back,
woman.
please.
He's like, when I go to X videos,
Yeah,
I always
Shakir.
hit up the Ebony.
Okay, go ahead and go play on the Switch, please. All right.
Hey,
All right, let's go on. Move on to these next topics. 'Cause
But
ain't
we
really-
act like we just chill.
Ah,
bro,
well,
I really am, dog.
I,
I mean, shit.
I mean, yeah, I know we kind of started late, but yeah, we are kind of chilling. But it's like, yeah, let's try and because we only got like 3 more topics to go through. But do rap disses matter when the artists choose not to respond?
Yes, they still a bitch.
Damn.
I feel like no, it does not matter. Cause when Pusha T dissed Drake on that too, no, when Drake did diss Pusha T, I never forget that diss is no, to me that diss was funny because of, if you ever remember that diss of what Drake was saying, it was kind of funny, and I don't remember it being that big of an uproar. Off more
What, Drake's
life.
response?
I
Oh,
just yeah, because Pusha T didn't respond
yeah,
instantly.
yeah.
But I don't remember it being of a big of a deal. And this happened like in 2017. And of course, and it wasn't like a subliminal because it was very much open of who he was talking about. But and I just think of like a lot of those disses, like uh Wayne, you never really hear too much of, well, Thug and Wayne, but is that considered like a rap? Is that a rap beef or like?
I don't know.
Nah, not really. I think that
But
was just like some shit that happened outside the scenes. So
well, they did have. Well, he did. Well, Wayne did say some things. I don't know. I think he said something in the diss about Thug or something like that.
it,
But these days, yeah. But these days, you never know who Wayne is talking about because apparently they say he was dissing on Carter 6, and I'm like, I didn't hear no no
Yeah.
dissing on Carter 6. Like,
if he did, none of us either remembered or we was just too disappointed. So
Too distracted by them trash ass fucking beats. My bad.
so like yeah, honestly, it
but
doesn't really matter.
but no, I think that no response is like,
Here,
I feel like the beef would eat the beef would kind of
hold
like
on.
die out quicker, like when J. Cole made that song,
Hold up.
uh when he was kind of like talking about the beef, and I was pretty much like, dude, are you serious? Like, why are we why are you going back? Like,
Yeah.
no, people were slowly getting over it when he dropped Port Antonio, and
Mm-hmm.
I just think that to a certain extent, like even when did him and Lil Pump have a rap beef, or was that just
Nah,
Who?
it's just whatever.
him and Lil Pump?
I didn't hear. Who in Lil Pump?
J. Cole and Pump, did they have a rap beef?
They didn't
Not
had a
really.
beef, but Cole like Pump was just kind of
He
doing like that.
responded.
Yeah, Pump he was doing that cloud shit like the whole no the real sucks hate train thing. So he tried to do that with J. Cole. And instead of J. Cole like responding, he went up to him like I think it was like during like a show or Coachella or one any of those events, and they did like an interview. And Cole was just got kind of pretty much like trying to like expand like explore his mind a little bit. I think this was like after when 1985 had dropped. So like he was dissing them, but like it was more of the sense just like, hey bro, like this is what's going on, like this might be you. And like in the interview, like there was no smoke between either of them. Like they was pretty chill about it. Like Pump even said like that shit was just all for jokes and whatever. But then it was well, this ain't really important right now, but it was just kind of funny that after when 1985 dropped and the interview happened, ain't nobody really rocking with Pump like that, except for like out like overseas and stuff, you know. But yeah,
Lil Pump had his. I will say this: Lil Pump had an era. He had a crazy era, and I'm just
unfortunately,
going.
yeah.
I'm gonna be controversial. The Lil Pump, when he dropped that mixtape, that first mixtape that he dropped, I remember it was him and Smoke Perp. People were like, he was hot, you know, he was, and I don't think he was like, it was gonna be like some. He was gonna be like the top guy, but I remember like Lil Pump was in what 2016, 2017. I'd say 2016, wasn't it? Maybe 2018. I don't remember, but one of them years. Yeah, I remember Lil Pump was definitely, he was like the king of SoundCloud at the time. That little
I don't know about.
what
18.
whatever that era called, whatever that era is called,
He wasn't the king of
SoundCloud
it. He
era. He
just
was
had
different.
movement.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
had clout for a while, and I mean, like it was mostly him and Smoke Perp, but like it was just a thing that they was just going through, and then like I mean, like I said, we've seen the end results of what happened after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of whatever. I mean,
What was the question again?
do rap disses matter when artists choose not to respond?
Oh, okay, okay.
I said like one thing and stopped. I said like I was just like yeah, and just chimed in on everything else.
Um, I mean, it's kind of yes and no for me. Like, I do feel like so. I kind of have to bring this up. So like during like the Joey and the Joey versus West Coast thing or whatever, like
Oh man,
it sucked that like Kendrick didn't respond, or he might in the future. We'll never know. Ain't no telling. But it
I
does
mean that
kind
was a
of
sport thing. That was just a sportsmanship thing.
nah. It's a sportsmanship thing. I mean, but either way, like hey, it's one of the type of things. It's like hey, you're a rapper. Kind of clock in. You know what I'm saying? Like just just feed us something. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not, then like it is what it is. But like it just kind of it is kind of just disappointing. Like just to see like damn, what would happen if like Kendrick and Joey like went against each other? Like it's more like a fan thing. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I guess I just not really a fan of is just like yeah, it was a sportsmanship type of thing or whatever. But I don't know. Like nah. You know, I'm gonna leave it alone because like that was something a little bit off topic, and I ain't trying to keep like going back and forth with it. Uh, as far as for like with Drake and Pusha, like when it was like taking like yearly disses from each other. Like I think when Drake had dropped what was that song? But it was like Two Birds One Stone or whatever. We didn't hear nothing from Pusha until like a couple months later. And then like after that, it's just like, yeah, I know everybody kept saying it's like, oh, it's just Drake. Like he's gonna do more numbers than him, you know, this and that, whatever, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Like this is a diss. This is a diss at the end of the day, no matter what it is. Like even right now with the whole Pusha T and Travis Scott thing, it's like we know that Travis Scott is not gonna like. I ain't gonna say he ain't gonna respond, but we know he there's nothing he can do to respond to something like that. But but I do feel like in a way like he does need to like kind of like say something about it, or at least like kind of acknowledge it, because like he's kind of airing out your business like a low key on the low. Like you making you sound like a bitch right now.
man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if Travis Scott was to respond, that'd be the stupidest thing Travis Scott could do.
Yeah.
Man, it's bait. I'll say this. This is stuff. It's like laying out a rat trap for a rat. It's like if Travis Scott will respond, hypothetically, if he was to even not even make a whole diss song, if he was to even say a line in a song, this is gonna be something that's really big. It's gonna be really big because at the same time when Travis Scott respond, because we already know Travis Scott, I believe Travis Scott and Pusha T have two different audiences. So I feel like Travis Scott got his, of course we know he's like big overseas and stuff like that. In my opinion, I think he's probably maybe bigger overseas than Pusha T. I don't really know if Pusha T's really big overseas. He's probably is. But I just think if Travis Scott was to respond, we know he's not. It would just be, in my opinion, it would be a dumb move to make because it's like, why would you sit up here and respond to Pusha T? And this is gonna, he has an album dropping, and then if Travis Scott respond, this is gonna be the biggest thing on the internet because everybody gonna talk about it. So he's doing the right thing, and then by him not responding, I mean, this is gonna fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
Like, and Pusha T know what he's doing. Like, and I'm not saying he. I don't believe he's doing this for an album sale. I don't believe he's doing that. I just think that he happens to say what he wants to say while he has an album dropping. I just think it's very coincidental. I don't think he's doing it, but I do know for a fact he does know if Travis Scott was to respond to this would be something that would be really big. But obviously, Travis Scott is smart. Like Wayne say, if they're smart, you know. But if that would be the dumbest thing Travis Scott would do, and so thank God he's not gonna do it. But I don't know if the day Travis Scott decided to respond to this, just I'm gonna be very disappointed, bro. Cause if he respond, Pusha T's probably gonna do 200 first week. Like,
Yeah.
so don't respond, Travis. This is trap.
What you was gonna say, Trevor? Yeah. Uh,
My bad. Sorry. Sorry. No, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I, I just, if I was, I forgot because my wife just called me.
oh, okay. Yeah.
And Travis Scott shouldn't respond. That'll be the dumbest thing ever. Like, let Pusha T. Well, he's gonna say what he's gonna say. Even if he drops the album and he's still talking about it, by Travis Scott not responding, it's gonna fall by the wayside. It's gonna be something that we're gonna mention. Remember when Pusha T said this, and then we're just gonna go on with our lives. But if Travis Scott was to respond to this would benefit Pusha T more than Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Way more.
Way more. And then Pusha T is okay. I don't want to get negative. I'm not gonna be negative, but I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. But all I'm saying is this: it just would be a dumb move. It would be a dumb move for Travis Scott to respond, and so I'm happy he's not responding.
Yeah. I kind of feel like if he did respond, it'll just be to put out stuff, and that's just not going to really get him anywhere other than the position that he's back in already. So, like, I don't know. I didn't even know that they were like what started the whole thing.
So
Oh yeah, you got it.
you sure?
Yeah, you got it.
So Pusha T, he's been doing like a lot of interviews because he and his brother they're about to drop an album, Clips. They're about to,
Hmm.
and yeah, they just been doing a lot of interviews, and then like at first like he was talking about Kanye because they used to been like on the same label, Good Music, but like they ain't rock with each other like that anymore. And then like kind of out of blue, he started talking about Travis Scott, and we didn't really know like they really had issues, but like they was like he was like saying that like he didn't like the fact that like during the recording sessions with Pusha T, his brother and Pharrell, Travis Scott had interrupted their session to show them like the songs for Utopia. You can just leave it on the floor. I got it.
Uh,
Yeah, he was showing the songs for Utopia. So this is like 2023, right? And
mhm.
one of the songs that he didn't play was Meltdown. Meltdown was the one that had Drake on there, and you already know Drake and Push they don't really mess with each other like that.
And
But
for real.
well, that's the thing. I think no, I think they did. I think he did play Meltdown, but this was before the
Without
Drake.
Drake's verse.
Yeah, it didn't have the
Yeah.
Drake's verse yet. So after when the Drake verse got released or whatever, uh, Drake was dissing Pharrell, and Pusha T was like, and Pharrell's got like kind of just like sitting back, just like this nigga really interrupted our session just so he could play us all these songs, and like there was like a Drake verse like missing, even though the verse like from what they said like the verse didn't reach there until like maybe like a couple of hours later. It was just the fact that like
Yeah.
it looked scummy that Travis Scott didn't play that song while while stuff was going on. And then I guess like a little bit after that,
Mhm.
when Pusha T had when Clips had dropped a new song, towards like the end of the song, like he was like saying that like you cried in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch. He's referring to Kylie Jenner because like they used to been like together, but they're no longer together anymore. And like Travis Scott was crying in front of him. He felt like he died and this and that, whatever. So like now Pusha T just doesn't
Mm.
he doesn't respect him for that shit. So that's pretty much like the kind of like all the stuff is like pretty much going on with all of that.
Very
Um,
much, Tariq. Very much no use to responding about. Like, like
yeah.
very much something that if Travis Scott was to respond to, he would definitely be doing Pusha T a favor. Pretty
Yeah.
sure if Travis Scott was to respond, Pusha T would probably already have a response ready.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know, because definitely because of the artist that Travis Scott is, people will probably want to see what would it be like if Travis Scott was in a rap beef or something like that. But Pusha T already got this album coming out. If I respond to you and then he do like 200K, something that Pusha T usually don't do, this definitely will be helping Pusha T out, bro. And I'm just like, Travis Scott, I hope he don't respond. I hope he don't even say one line, because I know Pusha T, he's gonna have 7 songs lined up.
shit. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He could just come up with something within like probably like 5 minutes. Probably not even 5 minutes. Maybe like 2 minutes at most.
Bro, look, Pusha T needs the rap beef more than Travis Scott ever do. Like, I'm
Whoa,
just saying
whoa,
like that, bro.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not do
Uh,
that. He
yeah,
does
no,
not
for real.
need. He does not need no rat beef with Travis Scott. This is not even a beef
It
thing.
would
It's
help him
just
out a lot. I mean,
no, it wouldn't. He's with Pharrell. Like that's.
it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't
Pusha
matter?
T.
Pharrell's like the biggest. What are you talking
No,
about?
no. Travis
Hold on,
Scott is
hold
still
on,
a
hold on,
bigger
hold on.
artist.
What the?
Yeah, that was
Travis.
that was
Okay,
disrespectful. I ain't even
okay,
gonna
hold
lie to
on,
you.
hold on, hold on. Travis Scott being a bigger artist does not matter. The principle of why Pusha T does not like Travis Scott is the only reason what it is. It's not. They're not. He's not trying to do no beef with him. He's just explaining. He's just explaining the principle of what Travis Scott did being wrong. This is what would it been if he's working with Pharrell? Where else is there to go? There's no better
I,
producer with clout better than Pharrell.
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I just think that if Travis Scott was to respond to Pusha T, I don't feel like it would benefit Travis Scott as much as it would Pusha T.
Cause
That
Travis Scott
just
can't fucking rap. That's why.
um
I think the easier sense to say it, like I think if Pusha T was like worrying about numbers or like worrying about like I guess like higher sales or whatever, regardless of like he had Pharrell around
Yeah.
or not, then like yeah, it would be more beneficial to kind of do this thing. But Pusha T, he never really been that type of guy to really been worrying about sales like that. Like
That
even
man's been a president of like a whole thing.
yeah,
He was the president of good music.
yeah. Also, well, I don't think that's the case anymore. I mean,
Well, yeah, obviously he left like that shit.
yeah, but
Kanye fucked all that up.
because like the other thing is like the story of added on that could have been on Daytona, but I think it was either because of like the sample, the well one it was Jay-Z song too, so that was one thing, but like like Pusha never really worried about having the highest numbers. He always was worrying about, hey, if you got the better bars than me, let's go at it. If you got, if you talking some real shit, then, I'm ready to give a listen. But he never really been worrying about numbers. Like, that's why I don't even I don't like it when like people kind of not nothing towards you or anything, but like people on Twitter, especially Twitter, like they always keep trying to like use this thing about like, oh, every time when Pusha T is about to drop an album or something like that, he needs to diss somebody to like get his numbers up or whatever. It's like no, because his albums always did like for the most part like under 80K or so. You know what I'm saying? His solo albums. I don't know how much Clips did, but for his solo albums, I feel like if I remember correctly, most of his projects always did like under 100 to 80K. So like, not saying that like he wants low numbers, but like that's not his main focus. His main focus is like him getting his bars out. He knows the fans and heavy hip hop listeners gonna listen to that shit, and that's all that matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
He did say that like
Y'all,
Hmm.
he did say that he wished he had like on one of his songs. He did say he wished he did have like a fan base, like J Cole, but you know he's not the type of guy for that shit, and that's
Hmm.
respectable. You know. So
Hmm.
yeah,
That makes sense.
right. But if anything, y'all ready to go on to the next topic?
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Do music videos really matter anymore? Fuck no. They
Nah,
don't.
Carter 6 didn't have no music videos.
At least
I
not.
mean, I
At least
mean,
not yet.
I mean, I don't think if it did, it would help the album that
Our
much.
music had what, like two? Well, one of them was a visual.
Yeah,
And I,
but
I
Bro,
guess
audio
visualizers are the music.
visualizer. Oh my god, I hate that word with a fucking passion,
Look,
bro.
I don't. Let me tell you this. What's so crazy is this. For, I'm noticing like, well, female artists they've been doing it, but it's like they're starting to do them more like a lot lately. And I'm interested. Is Cardi B gonna do the same thing because they be hyping these visuals up like they're real music videos, and I be like, this is like looking at an illusion. Like you're just looking at like something just over and over again. Like it's not nothing.
They're using AI.
It's not nothing that's so creative. It's like watching a loop video. And
A lot of them nowadays are using AI too. So now it's kind of like losing its luster for a lot of people who don't fuck with AI like at all, like AI visuals. So
yeah,
it's like because like Snoop Dogg, that nigga just he really don't fucking care. Like he just be putting music videos out like with AI, like it don't even fucking matter. It don't mean like it's just so annoying when I see that shit. And I do hope that whenever Cardi B does drop a music video, that it's not as lazy as that shit. Because when a lot of music videos do be just lackadaisical with their efforts, but then you got someone like like Mr. K Dot actually like making it shooting it like it's a fucking movie, like because of Dave Free being as good as he is, and it's like I miss a lot of that isn't happening like it used to,
and
and
Yeah,
I
totally agree.
and not to cut
it's
you off, but like it's funny that you mentioned Kendrick because he actually used AI in one of his songs, the Hard Part Five, but
it's a deep fake. It's not the same.
is
No,
isn't it
it's not the
so?
same.
Isn't is not?
No, it's not the same because the deep fake technology does have human effort put into it. It's like what Snoop like the AI that I'm talking about is niggas
I know
putting in
what
a
you talking about.
prompt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like putting in like people are doing that. Deep fake technology, that's Kendrick's not the first person to do that. Like that's been a thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like since like 2000s. But like the AI, like actual like AI, like no effort AI, I'm talking about that.
yeah.
And that's what's an issue and is making music videos lose its appeal because it's like, oh, okay. And also the fact that like since all these niggas be like having like albums with a lot of songs, chances are your favorite song is not getting a music video. So it's like
Yeah.
when the music video does come out for a certain song on an album, why does it even matter? That's what it is for a lot of people.
Uh,
Because why do that's how I feel. Because like, why does TV off not have a fucking music video?
and
Or sorry, what you saying?
no, I was gonna say this because I think this topic was brought up on. I have to keep using Twitter. This topic was brought up on Twitter when I think they was talking about, oh yeah, there was a video of like, I think it was like a Busta Rhymes and Missy Elliott music video that was going around, and like
Buster Bust.
when somebody
Yeah.
had recorded it, it was just like, man, like what happened to like music video? What happened to like the Hype Williams, all that, all them type of quality videos and whatever.
The lyrical lemonades.
Yeah, it's like now it's like almost every rapper, or at least mainstream rapper, they're just doing the same thing. They just put expensive cars, uh, video vixens. They put shit, fake drugs, props, gun props, all that stuff or whatever. And it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You remember like at least like 2014, 15, like People at least trying to like put stories in their project. I mean, in their music videos and stuff like that. Like they was trying to at least
Hmm.
make something out of it. Even the trap rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
like bro, funny enough, if you go back to like Future's same damn time video, regardless of like how ridiculous it was, at least the niggas was trying to like be funny with it. Like they was putting this nigga on like on Earth or some shit, like no, on like on a different planet or whatever the case is. And it was just
Yeah,
like at least they were being funny with it. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah,
yeah.
it's not top high quality, but like he's out there with his fam, he's out there with his, his people and everything. And it's like, hey, at least do something like that. Now we got 100 niggas in a music video standing next to all these cars, these women and shit, posting their guns up and stuff like that. And most of the time you can't even see them niggas because they're wearing the fucking ski mask and everything like that.
Ski mask.
So it's just
Yeah,
like nigga, we don't even know who you are, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, so it's like that's all we've been getting. At least with T Grizzly, hey, if you know the type of rapper he is and the type of music he makes it out, he makes movies with his shit. You know what I'm saying? And it
Bro,
goes
I
a
miss the house party videos.
yeah, like it, bro. Like, and I've been and I think that's the reason why even I fell off of music videos like at one point, like, cause I remember from like from like 2007, no 2006 to 2015, 16 or whatever the case is. I was watching music videos like heavily. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter.
Hmm.
And it didn't even matter if it was an artist that I didn't even really listen to like that. I used to watch the videos and like it was some, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to have a Kevin Hart in there. You didn't have to have like Morgan Freeman or anything like that. Like you could have just did whatever and you were having
Morgan
fun with
Freeman in a ski mask would be wild.
it. But
Look, I will say this. Go ahead. What you was gonna say?
no, no, no. All I was gonna say, like, but like, it seemed like after 2016, everybody just started doing the same thing, video vixens, this and that, or whatever. Like, talk shit about Drake if you want, but at least he still tries to, make things a little different. Like, he did the Nokia video, and he's doing his little dance or whatever, like, whatever.
Uh,
Like,
yeah, I will say this honestly. If the music is really good, I don't think no video is needed. You know,
yeah,
if if the artist self, if the artist really like, they really put all the effort in, the music is real good. You could really pass on the video because that Playboy Cardi project, I think he only had like one video or one visual. I don't even really remember a
Out of
music
30
video.
fucking songs, bro.
Yeah, but and a lot of those songs slap though. But what I'm saying is like is that man, the album did good and the music was really good. So there's really no need. But at the same time, I think the album is in the rotation of so many people. If he was to drop a video tomorrow, people probably would still tune in because people are still listening to
yes.
this album. And I just think that's a prime example of if the music is really good, the music video is not really needed per se. And I just think that's just my opinion. Like, if the music is good, you don't really need a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I agree too. What this might be a little tiny bit off topic, but I will say like maybe not for all artists. I do like the regardless if they say it's a freestyle, but I know like recently now, like it'll be an artist that will perform a song live. I would say like we should see like kind of more videos like that. Like
Yeah,
if music videos aren't gonna really be doing like that great of a job, then videos like I don't know, is it the coloring room or whatever it is, like well they'll perform like some of the songs live and stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when I do watch the music videos, not to say like I pay too much like to detail, but it would be nice to look at a video that can relate to the song. Like niggas be making songs about heartbreaks, but then niggas is like worshiping the devil. It's like, what does this have to do with the song?
yeah,
Like, I just feel like the directing is just kind of bad. But at the same time, like when uh, actually, I don't like, I'm gonna leave my point there and ask y'all this. Do y'all think like Kendrick like dropping like all those great like videos and stuff? Do you think he worked with a lot of directors? And if so, do you think that that's what a lot of artists should do now?
Yes, and yes. He's
Mm,
his primary director for his voice act for his videos is usually Dave Free, isn't it?
mm,
Yeah, yeah.
nah.
And it's he's been like I think he's been making his videos since like the Good Kid, Mad City days, right? Or even before that.
A little
But
before
it's
that.
like yeah, I believe that because then it also gives the director like some clout too. So it's like everybody more than one person other than the fucking artist eats
Oh, the
from that
actor.
content. So it's
The
like
actor.
I think that yeah, more artists if they want to be able to be taken seriously, I think they should work with either upcoming hungry directors or already established directors. You know what I'm saying? That would be great. Yeah.
I like the question you asked, Tariq. That was like a real dope question. I have to say is if the song is good enough, because to me, if the song is not good enough, getting a major director to shoot a large video for a song that was mid, to me, it's a waste of time. Like
True.
if the
That is
song
true.
if the song is quality enough, like how that song with Playboy Cardi and Janine Aiko and Kendrick Lamar, like that's a real dope song. If they could get a good director to shoot a music video for a song like that, but if the song is mid, don't even waste your time trying to spend all that money on that. Like I believe invest into something that's actually worth investing into. But some of these songs to me are qu- not that quality enough to be trying to get directors and props and planes, all this
Yeah.
creative stuff.
Yeah, there
Some of
has to
these
be like a
songs,
level of quality for to warrant the
the
music.
song
Yeah, I
has
got
to
you.
be some type of solid quality. So yeah, that was a good question, Tariq.
Yeah, music videos are ass nowadays, bro. That's all I can really say,
That's all you said. This whole
bro. Because like, dog, you don't understand. Like music videos was the shit that like kind of put me on to like for me like well one I was heavy on like of the golden age of
106 in
YouTube back
Park.
then, huh?
Oh, I was saying 106 in Park. I
Well,
thought you were
not
gonna say.
yeah, even that too. Like, if we're not even just talking about rap, like just music in general. Like, the very first time I heard like "In the End" from Linkin Park was I was just chilling at one of my mom's friends' places or whatever, and I'm here trying to play shit. I don't know Mario 64 or whatever. They didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I'm hearing the song because the TV was like right next to it, and I'm looking at it, I'm just like, bro, like well, I mean, I wasn't saying this, but looking back, like the visuals on it was like looking crazy, and the song was going along with it. A couple years later, I'm into YouTube now, and for those who don't know, like Linkin Park and Dragon Ball Z videos were like they're always neck and neck, like they everybody was making AMVs for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So and it was because of that that like that's how I started learning about Linkin Park. And then since I was on YouTube constantly all the time, I one of the first rap songs that or one of the first music videos that I looked up was like Akon's I'm locked up, you know what I'm saying? Or locked up, whatever the title of the song was. After that, that's how I found about Wayne. I was listening to You Ain't Know, I was listening to Pop Bottles, and I was watching all their music videos and shit. Then we got on to Kanye. Kanye had recently dropped Graduation during that time. So I was watching Good Morning. I was watching Flashing Lights and everything like that. And bro, I was just so enamored by like how crazy these fucking videos were that like I was constantly like I was constantly watching them all the time. You know what I'm saying? And throughout for like the next 5 to 7 years, I just kept watching more videos. And granted, like I got older, so like I didn't have that much time to like really spare when it came to music videos and stuff. But it the ones that I at least saw like clips of or whatever, like it kept me entertained for a while. But then after that, once we started getting to like 2018, 2019, and some of these hip hop pages started showing like clips of like the music videos, like I ain't gonna mention certain artists, but like when they just started showing music videos for some of these new artists, I'm just like, it's the same fucking thing. Like, if you put, I'm just using for example, if you was to put a ski mask over Lil Baby or Lil TJ or whatever, and it's the same type of music video format, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference because most of the time these niggas just wearing all blacks with like wearing all black clothing with some type of Balenciaga banana wearing shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Banana.
Putting some BBL female in there with some fucking
Whoa.
putting some fucking Ferrari right and behind the scenes and 100 niggas in the background and it's the same thing. You wouldn't be able to tell if it was little TJ or little baby or little whoever if you're like somebody who's not really into music like that because they're all just doing the same fucking thing. And like yeah, like I guess like the video editing did get like a little bit better in towards of like doing like special effects and shit. But guess what? Niggas are also copying and pasting the same type of effects. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas are either going to fucking film Filmora or I ain't gonna mention one because I actually use one of these. But like some of these other fucking shits that like even you can even make a video off of your phone, and people are just doing the same thing, and it's just like y'all not even trying to be creative with it. Like do something a little different, bro. So yes, all your music videos are ass. That's all they are, full of
But
ass.
Shaq, that's one genre though. Like you're just talking about hip hop. The question was like in music videos in general.
You right, you right.
Bro, we need to
Because
go
I
back
agree
to
with you.
animated music videos.
I totally agree. But because I agree everything that you said, Shaq, especially the way music like rap is moving. Like everything is just moving in one direction. So of course, like the industry is gonna look at that and be like, oh yeah, we kind of want that same thing because it sells. But like, do y'all feel that way about? I mean, I don't know how far y'all music like goes far out, but do you feel like do you feel like now like hip hop should just kind of stop making, or I mean, not stop making, but there should be more attention directed to other genres of music videos?
Well,
Wait? Can I slide in here on that real quick with the music
Yeah.
videos? TikTok, them random niggas that be making like the what used to be good AMVs on YouTube, right?
Oh, the
Or
Hmm.
just
edits.
in general, them random some dude just chilling. He watched an anime or he was playing like some game or something, and he add any form of music that could fit. Them niggas editing be perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to employ some of them people.
Yeah, so it's like getting like obviously back in like 2005 Evanescence type stuff. It ain't gonna work nowadays, right? But like
Yeah.
getting somebody doing it on TikTok, just trying to edit the way they edit on TikTok, that's a whole different beast nowadays.
Mm,
Yeah.
So
mm,
it's like, you can get some of these. Granted, we know they ain't gonna do it, but some of these hip hop artists could come in and just hire some of these people. Granted, TikTok is like the longest video I've seen on TikTok was like 3 minutes, but a music video is what usually like probably like four tops, right?
yeah.
Two
Four
two to
minutes.
four, yeah.
So it's like get some like them. All I'm saying is employ some of them niggas on TikTok because they be doing their thing. Just randomly hit them up one day. Hey, can you edit this music video for me? You know, they film it, edit it, boom.
Yeah, and I and
Yeah.
I and I agree. To respond to your question earlier, Terry, I was gonna say that like when it comes to like other genres, like I do watch a few. Like granted, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't really watch music videos like that anymore because I just don't have the time. It's just like whatever shows up on my feed, especially like if I'm like on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Because mostly I follow like mostly like hip hop pages and rap pages and shit. So I can't really speak for like pop stuff. Like the only thing I can just really say, like I did see one clip of Sabrina Carpenter, if that's how you pronounce her name. And I think the recent song that she dropped was like something to do with, I think it was like Man Child or Man Baby or whatever. And then I think in the video she was like in a jacuzzi or something, and she was like there was like two pigs in the. It's a weird video. There was like two pigs in the jacuzzi, and she called them men, and it's
Oh
just like,
yeah, yeah.
and it's like, oh
I
well,
saw that.
I guess we're doing that now. All right, that's cool. But
Hey, but her
like
music video be going crazy though.
It do.
yeah, I mean I believe so. Like I said, I just don't really be having the time to really watch music videos like that anymore. But I can only just speak for like rap stuff because that's all that just kind of pops up in my stuff. For like I'm pretty sure country and pop or whatever they got their own storylines and stuff going on. So that's all.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I was saying, and like I just think like rap now, I think it's nothing for a rapper to hire a creative director for a music video. I just once again I just think there's not a lot of quality rap songs that I feel like that deserve a production. Like nowadays, I'm talking about quality music. Like I'm pretty sure there's more quality songs in pop or country music that okay, well let's get a big team to spend money to create, but the average song that rap song that comes out now, it just to me, I just don't think it's they're as of quality. It's not that many quality rap songs in order to just get a very large production for like the songs that we hear that drop now, it's like okay, is this song worth and a very creative music video? Because if the song was not already that good, I don't think a great music video will save it. So that's why I understand why certain artists don't put that much creativity to their music videos,
yeah.
because if they know that the song didn't really go nowhere, what's the point of doing all that?
I will say this. There was a rap music video that did kind of interest me. Y'all probably heard this artist before. I think it was I keep confusing what humankind is. I think it's Nam kind or oh I don't fucking know. He's the one that made that Big Dog song, the one that sound like the one that sampled Project Pat or whatever. And in the music video, he I think he was in India, and like they were like driving cars like in this mosh pit type of thing, not mosh pit, in this pit hole thing or whatever and stuff like that. And I thought that was like kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yeah, nothing too crazy, but I did like the it did fit the style of the song. It did fit the energy or whatever. And it seemed like he was like kind of being creative with it. I don't know if he made the video or not, but I thought that was pretty
Nah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
did.
feel you.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just saying shit.
this guy here. But yeah, that's all I can really say about that. I do kind of feel what Cordell was talking about too. Like, whenever I do be on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and like some of these guys who be doing like these crazy ass edits with their fucking videos and shit. Even like, bro, remember when Bad and Bougie came out and niggas put
Yeah.
like that Dragon Ball Z video, like, and I think Frieza was like dancing or some shit.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
granted, it is like meme stuff, but I thought that was like it's pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind if like they just did a fucking music video like that. Just do something with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Just have fun. Don't stare at the camera.
Exactly.
Are we this the last topic, or are we doing the last one?
We're going to do one more. Um,
Okay.
should artists focus on physical records again?
My agenda is proving to work because Rhapsody just did that with Mad Lib, and every copy sold out of the vinyls and the tapes.
Oh shit.
So right now, she has made more money in less than a week off of that than she has made in any streaming release that she has. I think that yes, they should focus on physical records, but but based on what Rhapsody did, since it worked the way that it did, they're probably not gonna do no more CDs. They're just gonna do vinyls and cassettes. That way it would be kind of hard to rip the music off because that album still is not on YouTube, and that shit came out last week.
Oh shit.
So it's like by the time, like I said, like by the time that somebody does put it on YouTube, she would already had her money from it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think that all it takes at this point is a big enough artist to follow suit with that model, and then the whole streaming, like the whole streaming model, just damn near dies because it just takes one more thing, and I'm gonna be a happy man again. I'm fine with spending $10 for an album than and having it in way better quality, because I don't know if y'all know this, but Spotify is the worst quality for the music. It's even worse than YouTube. So it's like there's really no reason to use it anymore unless except for it being on like consoles and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like I really want, even though it sounds fucked up, I want Spotify to crash. Like I want that shit to die and niggas go back to just getting physical stuff, because people would be way more richer and way more happy off than just niggas streaming they shit. Because because for you to give an artist 1 cent, like I say a million times, for you to give an artist 1 cent, you'd have to stream 17 songs or play a song 17 times. And niggas ain't doing that shit unless they're listening to an album with more than 17 songs one time.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do that when you could just pay $10 and support them way more than they ever, than you ever could listening to them on Spotify or Apple Music or shit like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm happy that it worked out for Rhapsody, and I think that other artists should follow suit 100%. Get your money.
Yeah, that was one of the other reasons why I kind of brought up this topic, because like I know like people been doing like this vinyl stuff for like the longest while. I do remember when I think when Benny the Butcher, he had dropped one of his projects. He did like a vinyl version for it, and like a lot of his fans was buying that shit out because like they was really tapping in with the music and everything.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't mind if people do both, because like for me, I don't really be having the time to like, when I don't have a vinyl player. Like I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure stuff do sound like 10 times better if using the vinyl stuff and whatever. I just don't have the I ain't gonna say the time. I ain't got the space for that fucking thing. And then two, it's just like most of the time I just be on my phone anyway. Like especially if I'm at work all the damn time or whatever. So like it's more convenient for me to be streaming. But at the same time, as someone who does release music on streaming platforms or whatever, it would be more beneficial. Like if I guess like if I was like a bigger artist, like yeah, it would be more beneficial if I was to have like more like physical releases and excuse me, and make my bread off for that. But this is the most I can do at the moment. I just wish things could just like work hand in hand, and I wish like Spotify and a lot of other these streaming services wasn't really being. I wish they kind of changed up some of their methods when it comes to like artists getting paid through streams, because like you only getting like. I'm not saying that like every play needs to be like $1 or something, but like it something does need to change up, because we're getting like you get a song that does like at least like 2,000 plays, and what's that, like $5 or something? That ain't shit.
No, I mean, I don't know how the payout is. Like, if it's 2,000, yeah, I think it's like $5, something like that.
Yeah, it's like we putting our music out here. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones who's like, we're pretty much our own self promotion. Like I know some people do playlisting and whatever, and that's cool and all. But like, what about like the underground artists? What about the artists who's just trying to make a come up and just make a quick bag or something? Like,
Yeah,
kind of change it up a little bit,
they
But
gotta use Bandcamp or something. I would rather do that than fucking put my shit on. You know what? I think I'm gonna start doing that. You know, what I'm saying? Unless I make music that like it's collaborative, I think most of my music is gonna be on Bandcamp. Niggas gotta pay like $5
I think there's
for the
Bandcamp.
project.
I think there's BeatStars.
BeatStars, yep.
There's other ways. Like, and if you're an artist who's just like more comfortable just like streaming or like just doing it digitally, then yeah, Bandcamp and B stars are like the ways to go because people still use those websites. You know what I'm saying?
Especially beat stars. That's a good way to put your name out there if you're making beats.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about I ain't got no CDs, I ain't got no vinyl player. That's cool, bro. Hey, you got your phone, you can still listen to on there. People want them listens. Like it, there's other ways to do your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really too worried about like audio quality or anything because at the end of the day, like I said, I just don't have the time to get a vinyl player, and I keep saying time. I don't have the means to really get one at the moment, but like you know, as far as for like physical media and stuff like that, there's other ways to just go about your way. You know.
I got one. I got one just for this Rhapsody vinyl, just so I don't, because I had FOMO for it, and now that I have a vinyl player on the way, and I have that on the way too, I'm gonna start my vinyl collection. First thing I'm gonna get Forever's a Mighty Long Time vinyl.
So,
Then I'm gonna get everybody's discography vinyl.
but do y'all have anything to say about it?
I don't buy
Nah,
some.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Yeah, that's. I don't buy no CDs.
Okay, well,
You just,
I will say this. This also kind of plays into like physical media of like the theory of like will physical media ever die? And
no.
yeah, and that's what I'm gonna say because like even like in gaming and movies and stuff like that, we see that like physical media is like it's starting to be like kind of less reliant, but there's still like that. There's still like that not fan base, but there's still that community that likes to collect stuff. You know what I'm saying? That still like to have like make shells of like vinyls,
I mean, it may
games,
die in
movies.
gaming. It's closer to dying in gaming and movies than it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
for
yeah,
music.
yeah. I could see it with that happening more. But at least for music, it's like people they still have like more of a closer attachment to like songs and
If the
albums and stuff.
profits were 1 to 1, then like I would think that it would probably be more. It would be more likely to die on music as well. But vinyl still exists. There's nothing as good quality as vinyl like ever. So it's like since that's the case, that is like the only reason why physical media just will not die for music ever,
Yeah,
no matter what.
I mean, I will say this. Like some people just also like prefer to just be more of a support to the artist. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because of they may really just connect with the music, so they may just want to like how can I support this artist more if they cannot afford to buy a ticket. No, okay, let me spend $10-15 on a CD or merch or whatever. But I wouldn't. These artists, bro, they're making the bag, man, and it's because of the time we take out. Yes, they make their art, and yes, they produce products that we like to consume. But the way everything's set up with streaming, and then they have merch that's connected to streaming, and uh, didn't they have a thing where they used to count tickets as album sales, or maybe I don't know if that was a thing in the
it
past.
used to, but Billboard changed that now.
Yeah, they changed it. Man, these artists are eating regardless. Like even this is kind of like a subtopic, but even like a lot of the Beyonce fans complain about this, and I don't like they
Complain about
complain
what?
the amount of products they feel like they are pushed to support her as an artist because the
Mm.
amount of products that she have, like she has uh, a hair care line, a perfume line, a clothing line, like all these things, and the average person can only afford so much of it, but sometimes they do feel pressured in a way to support the artist. But it's that person's fault if they're gonna spend all their money on a person that on a
Don't even know
celebrity
they exist.
Yeah.
that will probably see them and will probably get their security if they get too close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. But You know, I just think this: if you streaming their music, you streaming their music. You know what? That's a lot. That is support because every time we stream their music, that's helping them. So you know, don't ever feel pressured. I'm not saying you, Trevor, or you, Shaq,
It,
or any. You know, I'm not telling y'all, but don't ever. If streaming their music is a lot of support, that's my
nah,
opinion.
nah, it's
Mm-mm.
not.
Streaming music is like the least way to support. I mean, not saying that like it's a guilt trip or nothing like that, but like for an artist to be able to continue doing what they do, like if all they're getting is streaming money, they're gonna be pushed to the wayside by the label.
Okay, but here, hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, you're right. Yeah, financially, yes, financially, I know I'm not paying uh Lil Wayne's light bill by streaming his music. But
Yeah,
what happens is this is that because I'm streaming his music and that the people around me are noticing, oh, what are you listening to? And then they decide to listen to it. So sometimes music is that I know I'm not financially maybe contributing, you know, financially putting money in this artist's pocket by just streaming their songs. But at the same time, like Shaq sent me a playlist a while back. I checked his playlist out. It's like still in a way putting people on because if you put me onto a song, then I put 10 other people onto a song. So music just kind of it passed around, and so that is still a form of support because
well, yeah,
because yeah because I'm listening to you and people around me are listening to that artist. They're gonna be interested and they're gonna share that artist with other people. Is it putting money
yeah,
in their pocket? No, but is it helping them? Is it bringing more awareness? Definitely.
yeah. The exposure is always gonna be like welcome. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's like right now the primary way of an artist getting like the most substantial financial support is like the touring, the merch sales, and like the physical media and stuff. That was all I was saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, shit, and it's up to the fucking artist to make a good album or EP for
that
us to be able
Yeah,
to
that yeah
listen to
that
it.
that too.
Because
that's another major factor.
I promise you, if it's a good album, I'm listening to it for the first time, and then when it's done, depending on how many songs I like, nothing getting skipped, and I'm repeating it for the day, and then the next day, I'm giving it a good listen for like a good week or two, you know.
Yeah,
But if it ain't like if it's a first of all, I hate 20 something song albums. I do not like that. I think a good stopping point is 15. Just cut it. Just cut it down a little bit. A perfect album to me is like a good 12 songs. No interludes. I hate interludes. I talk about this with these guys a lot. I do not like interludes at all if you're just talking, right? But like if you got the perfect album, if you got no interludes of just conversation, just no interludes, you got it like not 20 songs like Chris Brown be putting like 30 fucking songs on his albums. I ain't down for that. But
yeah,
good length of an album, right? And then I'm gonna listen to it consistently. If there's one song I don't like, I'm gonna skip it, but I'm gonna listen to it consistently. You know, that's good music to me. But I'm not down for
SZA's
no
SOS album.
that, bro. I love SZA, man, but that album, especially that deluxe. Oh my god, that shit too long, man. And I don't know how
Hey
y'all feel
man,
about deluxe
don't say
albums.
nothing about it.
I don't know how y'all feel about deluxe albums though, because I don't like the repeat of like I listened to this album and then like he or she or they releases a deluxe, right? And then like if it's like 3 songs, I'm not down for that. I'm just going straight to the 3 songs, right? I'll just take off the original album and put the deluxe on
hmm
my playlist, you know.
yeah,
Or if it's like
Yeah,
what Leon did, right? Granted, most of the things on his deluxe was like remixes,
yeah,
but he still had a decent list for like a disc too. But its majority of it was remix. Because what was it? I think what was it? Vibe or something? It was like Big Sean, and then there was somebody else on a different remix, and then I think he had Chris Brown on the same song, like, but a different remix. Like,
yeah.
I granted they all sound different with the artist that came into it, but I'm not down for a full deluxe just full of remixes. I don't like that.
Nah, it gets pretty fucking bro. The ones where it's like it's not even like deluxe. It's just the when they released the single, but then they released like different versions of that single, like acapella, sped up, slowed down.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking annoying.
Yeah, I do
I
not like that.
I also hate when they release deluxes like later than the original release because usually I may be wrong, but I was pretty sure that when people were releasing like physically, they had a deluxe edition like the same time as the original, but it was just a little bit more expensive. Am I wrong about that?
It used to be the thing. No, that used to be a thing.
Like what the fuck? Why did that change? Like
I
that?
What was the question?
Like this? Wasn't it for a time like while like basically like before streaming was a thing? Wasn't it a time where like when people released a album, they had the deluxe also the same day?
Yeah,
It was just a little bit more expensive.
yeah. There was the deluxe. There was like Best Buy versions, Target versions.
Target versions and like I miss that shit. You feel me?
yeah. Now we get the original album, and then they just sit on there. And it's like, oh, how many streams we gonna get? How many people like it? All right, a week later you get a deluxe. It's like, damn, did I not just listen to your
Yeah.
or they have the audacity to change the name of the album when they released the
Fucking
deluxe.
SZA did that
The
shit, man.
audacity! I thought it was
Oh my god.
I thought it was a new album, bro.
And that shit came out like what 2 years after the
Well,
original.
that see, okay, with SZA, granted, I don't like that she changed the name, but then again, everything I'm about to say just literally corrects itself because of what I previously said. When an artist releases like a second, like a disc two type of deluxe,
Yeah.
when it adds more songs, she added a whole
She should
another
have
album.
released the original album then.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like with her deluxe, granted, it was 2 years later, which is perfect for me because you don't forget about the songs, but it's a while, you know. She didn't disappear like Frank Ocean, but she a few singles here and there, but then she releases like a deluxe and it's a whole disc two with different songs. I like that. But
Yeah.
changing the name of the album and you just released the album a week ago, I'm over here thinking, oh, you just dropped another album, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, damn, did I not just listen to this song? And I'm like, oh,
really
man,
though.
maybe. And then I go to the next one. And I'm like, okay, this is just a repeat. So anytime a deluxe drops, I scroll to the bottom, and I gotta see
Yeah,
if
me
there's something.
too.
I gotta
Bro,
see if
I
Man.
one time I once saw a nigga like say that they gonna wait for the deluxe to drop to listen to an album. I was like, nigga, we don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, what are you doing?
at this one. Sorry, go.
No, I will say like I do know like around 2015 or so they did kind of stop a while for the deluxe shits. Like everything would just been on the album and people would just call it a day. But I think it was around like 2019 or 2020 when they started doing it was fucking Uzi, bro. I think Uzi was the one who started bring the fucking deluxe shits back up. But like instead of like there just being like a couple songs or whatever, most of the songs that he did on I think it was Eternal. Was it Eternal Take Two? Oh no, it was
Yeah.
Eternal Take. It was Eternal
Yes,
Take.
sir.
Yeah. He did like I think he put like 5 or 7 songs extra on the deluxe version or whatever the case is, and like I guess that's cool to an extent. But then after that, you started seeing like every other rapper start doing the same fucking thing.
It's so annoying, bro.
And,
Wait, Shaquille, he did like 12.
bro, it's been so long since I listened to that project. Like I don't even listen to Uzi like that anymore. But like,
Yeah, he did like 12.
yeah, like 12. Either way, like it was still a decent amount. But the thing is, it's not the problem that he did that. It's just the problem that everybody else started doing the same thing, and it got way worse because then after that we started. Well, I ain't gonna say we started to find out, but like most of the majority of them songs were just songs that they had on the back burner that is either they didn't feel comfortable putting on the album until like, hey, you know what? I don't feel like making any more new music, so let's go ahead and just put these older songs on here and if people gonna rock with it? If they don't, you know, it is what it is. Like I already made my bag off the first album, so it is what it is at this point, you know? And
Yeah.
like with SZA, like my thing with SZA, like with those extra songs, she could have just made that into like its own album. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I get what you 100%, I'm not. Well, I'm supporting it because I like SZA, but again, I'm not like. I don't know. But I'm supporting it. Okay, let's just keep it like that. I'm supporting it
Yeah.
because it wasn't just like a month later, 2 months later, a
Yeah,
week later, like some of them. It was literally 2 years later.
yeah.
I'm down with
Like
that. Maybe it was like
that
back
softens
burner.
the blow. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe it was like back burner songs, but like they needed more time to cook, but she wanted to release this album.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like that. But then it's like if it is like that, then like she definitely got more music, and we ready for the next. But like
and
with her
it
situation,
wasn't that we didn't know that it was gonna be like that either. She did say that like
yeah,
for like years.
Yeah.
She
yeah,
did
and
say that
then
the album was gonna be like that.
and then it's just the fact that it was like 2 years later. I had a nigga
Yeah.
that I listened to that I'm not gonna name because I'm not supporting this shit at all. Fucking motherfucker release an album a day later, drop a deluxe, and it's one song, and the song is a remix of another song that's already
Nah,
in the album.
you gotta give me the name of that nigga, bro. Like text me
No,
or something.
he's off my fucking Spotify. I no,
I want
he
to
doesn't
avoid the
exist in
nigga,
my
bro.
playlist.
I
He
want
does
to.
he does not even exist on my playlist, bro.
I want to avoid that nigga, bro. Don't make me get
Like that shit
come
is
across that
crazy,
nigga.
bro.
That's why. That's why I felt kind of iffy when I dropped his recent project, the slow and reverb stuff, because like at first, like many years ago, like 2021 or so, like I was just dropping like slow and reverb songs, but like by themselves as singles and shit. But at some point, I was just like, you know what, let me just do like a playlist or whatever, and all the singles that I had of the slow and reverb songs, I just put it into a playlist. But I just never got around to it because like it's a lot of fucking songs. All right, I made like probably over like 200 songs throughout the past couple years. Well, way more than that. Well, I had 200 songs or a little bit more than what I released, so to say. But
Mm-hmm.
I ended up making it to an album because I'm just like, hey, some of these songs I didn't even end up releasing. There were songs that was like unreleased. There were songs that was just like I didn't get to finish back then or whatever the case is. There was even some other songs that was just like just wasn't mixed well for the original versions. And I guess the slow and reverb songs like ended up like clearing the sounds up and shit. And so I was like, all right, at this point, I might as well just make a project out of it and whatever. Granted, I'm still working on new music, but I was like, let me just put these out here because like that was requested by me. Somebody wanted like to hear like slow and reverb songs of this track and whatever. I was like, okay, let
Yeah,
me just go ahead and do that. But I did notice around the time when I was doing that, like I went to 21 Savage's recent album, the one that came out last year, and dog, tell me why this man has uh I think it's a slowed version of the album, and I think they call it's one of them core names. It's not fast core. It's like something core. I don't know what the fuck it was called. Sped up core.
Nightcore.
Yeah,
Nightcore.
Night core, and it's like it's just a sped up version. And
Yeah,
then
but that's the sorry, that's the term for it. It's been there for like a decade, for a decade.
yeah. I knew what it was, but the trippy part about it, there's also a sped up version of that same album. So
Okay, that's weird.
yeah, so I'm like, what's the fucking point? Like, to be honest with you, at first I thought Nightcore was just like some screamo shit or whatever, like some distorted, you know, ear breaking shit. I'm like, I know Savage ain't doing no shit like this, but it was just a sped up version. But he also had another sped up version of that. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then that's when I started to notice that like especially when TikTok was blowing up, a lot of songs started doing those same type of them same type of versions. Like they'll have the regular version, they'll have the TikTok sped up version. That's how it was pronounced. TikTok sped up version and TikTok slowed down version. I'm like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what's going on with
Yeah.
this shit?
Well, long as I get my Carter Six Deluxe, because
Okay.
Wayne did say to Rockstar or whatever, he say if they're smart, they'll put Carter Six on GTA Six. So
They better leave that nigga
hopefully,
on red.
no, that's what he said. He said if they're smart, Carter Six would be on GTA Six. So I'm hoping that Wayne is working on his deluxe because It is. We do need a deluxe to Carter 6. Like, you know,
Look,
that's all I got to say.
Rockstar gonna be like, hey, I'll come fuck with you. Yeah, all right.
Rockstar ain't finna
Wait,
do a
do you,
motherfucking
okay,
thing
one
for
last
Wayne,
thing before
bro.
we close.
Mhm.
Do y'all think any songs could be eligible for Carter 6 can be on GTA 6? Y'all think any
Fuck
song?
no,
Hip hop.
no.
Hip
It's not
hop.
gonna be. No, it's
It's
not
just
gonna
hip
be on
hop, bro.
Carter 6, bro.
It's just hip hop.
So
Y'all
It's
gotta stop trying to
so
be corny like that.
sharks too.
No.
hell no.
Hell no.
He said
Wait,
sharks.
wait. Hold on. It's not, but due to the fact that like it's Florida and it's still kind of we have a country artist on there, they might can work out something. And hey, if you're in the ocean, there's technically sharks, so you could, you know. I'm just
Trevor,
throwing.
you gotta sing the chorus.
Yeah. Sing the
Bro,
chorus one time, bro. Come on
Sing
now.
the chorus one time.
bro, why? Why do I
She
have to?
always in the corner. Come on, bro. Come on.
Why?
Wait, come
It's
on.
like
Bro
snake
said it
shade always in the
always in the
grass.
grass.
Damn. Shark shade always in the water. It's like, bro,
Hey, that boy said so much dead air. What did you mean by dead air? Like it's so much space? Like
yes,
okay.
yes.
And
All right.
It's
Wayne came in
man
rapping
saying
about
some bullshit, man.
All right, but that was all the topics. Thank y'all for whoever who was watching. Thank y'all for the support in the channel. Um, we'll have some. Sorry, we'll
We
have a lot.
coming
19
through
hours.
this Saturday, 9 p.m. We got the Black Swamp Talk. And it's Expedition 33 time. Spoiler cast. We're gonna be spoiling that game rotten. If you didn't beat it, don't come through. If you did, come through and gush about it
Now, if
with
you didn't
us.
beat it, that's your fault.
If you didn't beat it, that's your fault. Don't fucking. I mean, you gonna get spoiled. You
Also,
know what I'm
Hey
saying?
Trevor.
Huh?
Trevor.
Huh?
I just want to let you know, I don't know if you remember, but Ice Spice slid on that Pink Panther song. I'm just letting you know. I know
Oh
you
yeah,
probably I know she slid.
she slid.
That is her monster. That is like how Nicki got her
Oh my
monster verse.
god,
That is
yeah.
her monster verse. That is whatever hottest verse Nas got, Illmatic, whatever.
ain't no way.
That's her Illmatic moment
What
right
is
there. Like
Nas's hottest verse?
that is. And Shaq, you know Ice Spice slid on that Boys a Liar song. The way she came in on that song, like it's crazy.
They say you're not good enough. Come in, not good enough. Bro, that
Okay.
beat, it's like the beat
The
and
way she
lyrics.
slid on it,
It's
I'm
like a
telling you,
dance.
bro.
It was like a dance right there, bro. They worked
Bro,
way too good together.
she wrote that verse in cursive, man.
Yep.
Also,
And then never picked the pen up again.
Wait.
also Friday night, y'all come through. We'll just be chilling. Nothing too crazy. If y'all want to just come and hang, just listen to us talk shit or whatever. Listen to it on my Chaos X Karma channel, gaming channel, and let's come through and have a good time. Same thing with Black.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, come. I'm not streaming. I'm not streaming Friday night. I'm
Why not?
just I'm gonna be making beats. I told you. Well, if I don't finish Expedition 33
All right.
by then.
But y'all come through
For the
Friday.
Carter 6 Deluxe.
Yeah, I wish I
Trevor.
did.
Trevor.
Hell no.
All right, y'all have a good one. Y'all take it easy.